right, here we go. 6 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show on a Tuesday morning. Just kind of tracking Julian. Julian's up in Boston right now, catching a 7 o'clock flight back to Tampa. And the weather's kind of spotty in Boston right now. I'm watching the radar, and I don't know, Boston's just kind of plowed with weather right. However, it looks like it's moving kind of to the northeast at a decent clip, so maybe it'll be all done by the time his flight takes off at 7 o'clock. So Julian's been in contact with my son. He's 19 years old. You know, he just did that last hurrah with his friends up in Canada, you know, his buddies from his boarding school, before they all go off to college, you know, beginning in, the next couple of weeks for their freshman encounter, their freshman year in college. And they kind of slapped this last minute. I don't even know how the hell they end up in Montreal, other than I think the drinking age is 18. So I think
is that all they looked for?
Yeah.
I think that might be it. So they all end up in Montreal. It was kind of slapped together at the last minute. And Julian, he was up with us in New York, not this past weekend, the weekend before. And instead of going back to Florida with us, they were putting this thing together literally while we were in New York 2 weekends ago. Like, hey, my friends want to do this last summer hurrah before we all go to college. And, I'm listening to this thing develop. So when we flew back, he was supposed to fly back with Michelle and me, not this past Sunday, the Sunday before, and he didn't. He stayed in New York and stayed with some friends in New York, and then took a train from Penn Station up to Boston, took an Amtrak up, and a Acela up, and then hung with friends. And then one of those friends was one of the ones for the road trip. Then the other two showed up, and then one actually flew in from like Virginia to Montreal. They all met. They picked them up at the airport, and then it was wow, big old party weekend. What'd they do? They did like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or whatever. They left. They left yesterday morning.
Yeah. So my big concern, MJ,
and of course we had Julian going through the border checkpoint live on the air yesterday from the Canadian border in Quebec over the border into Vermont. And one of the buddies was like passed out, blitzed out in the back seat.
One of the bros.
Yeah, one of the and Julian was saying, hey, Dad, does everyone in the car have to be conscious when you drive across the border?
That's the big concern right there. I mean,
and Julian, he's in the lounge now. Let me call him up. I don't think I've ever called my kids this early. I don't think I've called any family member this early. But Julian, I thought he said he had video, that he kind of rolled video at the border of the border guy asking them to roll down the rear window while, one of their friends was incapacitated.
Are you allowed to take video at the border?
That's a good, I questioned that as well, and I don't know. Hang on, let me see if, I'm sure he's listening to the show right now. He's in the Delta Sky Lounge right now, awaiting.
Good morning.
Hey, are you listening to the show?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, so I thought you probably were. All right, did you tell me that you've got video of the Customs and Border guy, like knocking on the rear window or ask you to roll it down to talk to your income?
Yeah, I do. I need to send it to you.
All right, what is the? Which friend of yours was the one passed out in the back?
That would be Right.
Okay, so Right is passed out in the back, and that's because he drank a little too much on Sunday night into Monday morning yesterday, right?
Oh, right.
All right, yeah. So was he all right?
I mean, he did not remember crossing the border.
all right. Now here's the deal. What did he do? You guys were in pretty good shape, and you told me that your driver was sober, which is essential. That's non-negotiable. So What happened to Wright? How did Wright get so out of whack, out of line with you guys, and get so hammered?
I think he was drinking up until probably 4 a.m.
Well, that's all right. So he's in the back seat. Julian sends me a picture of him just all passed out in the back. And Julian has a little caption on the photo that says, "Bro can't hang." All right, so you get to the border, and you rolled video of what? The Customs and Border Protection guy saying what?
asking us to roll down the window, and then Mason, who's in the driver's seat, was like, "Oh, hold on, yeah, I got you." And he started to roll down the window, and he tapped Right to wake up, and Right was like, "Huh, where are we?"
Oh, wait, who's tapping him? The border guy or?
No, Mason.
Mason
hand cranked the window down because we're in an '06 Toyota Corolla.
Hold on a minute. Wait, hold on. You did a road trip in an '06 Toyota Corolla?
Yeah, it's got 150,000 miles on it.
Oh, my.
It's solid.
I would have liked probably a little safer vehicle with maybe more up-to-date modern safety devices and features.
No, it made it. It was a total 680-something miles.
Holy crap. So it still has a hand crank window?
Yeah.
Wow. And you have video of what? The border guy trying to interview your drunk buddy in the back seat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Were there any signs that said no video or recordings or photos at the border?
I'm not. I looked for it. I didn't see anything, but I was still very cautious when recording.
Okay. All right.
I'm sure there's 100 signs like that. Just like at the airport, you're not supposed to videotape around security.
All right. How's the Sky Lounge? Everything okay? You getting some free breakfast in there?
Yeah, they have this really good Wholesome Farms chocolate low-fat milk.
Oh,
sounds
excellent.
delicious.
Now, is your flight still on time? Because Boston has some weather right now.
Yeah, no, right now it still says we're leaving at the right time.
Because the weather appears to be moving at a pretty good clip off to the northeast, so hopefully it'll be done. Because, guys, I got to leave right from the show. As scheduled, Julian's flight is set to land at about 10:27. So I was going to leave right from the show after we finish today, right to Tampa International to pick up Julian.
All right.
So hopefully it's even running on time, so I don't have to wait around for you,
I'm hoping.
All right, dude, have a great flight. And you got to send me the video of the border crossing, will you?
All right, I will. I'll email it to you right now.
You might have to WeTransfer that, right?
Maybe. If it's big enough, I will.
Let me know, buddy. All right, hey,
All right, I will.
don't get all cushy and fall asleep in the lounge and miss your flight.
I won't. I promise.
What time is your flight depart?
7:05.
All right, and what time is boarding? 7?
It's at 25.
6:25.
6:25.
6:25 for a 7:05 departure.
Yeah, finish your chocolate milk and get down there, man.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you in a bit.
I know. All right, I will.
All right.
All right, bye.
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 All right. So Julian live in Boston right now. Hey, so yesterday we opened up the show with the whole Wander Franco deal, and it's not just here. I guess, did you see that the Dominican authorities, they're also investigating allegations and rumors of an underage deal?
Everybody has to investigate this.
No, I have a story right here. Wander Franco facing Dominican Republic investigation over alleged relationship with minor. This, talk about, you're in the hunt for the World Series. You're in the hunt for the playoffs. And now you got, you have a raised picture that's out. And now you've got this Franco dude and this whole potential, fire with an underage rumor. But, again, we don't know if it's factual. We're waiting for more details to come out. This just emerged on social media. All right, hold on to that thought for the early listeners. And also, I gotta address something a couple of times this morning. We had a big event with Froggy's mystery box yesterday. Well, something kind of developed on that. I'll give you the details on that. All coming up next. Back in minutes. MJ Morning Show here on Q105 and Pat's Got Traffic.
Very, very quiet.
Oh, I can't believe I missed it. Oh, my. I missed the big pickleball tournament out in Winter Haven on Sunday. The American pickleball. Was it Winter Haven? How did I miss? Why was this not on my... Fester, why did you not remind me of the American pickleball tournament in Winter Haven?
I mean, I wrote it down on your calendar in red ink and everything.
No, you didn't. I don't even have a calendar. Michelle bitches and moans at me about that all the time.
Hey, benefits are due since you probably don't have that on your calendar, but this week.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I sent that email to Michelle. Yeah, it's our open enrollment time.
I just realized it ends this week.
Yeah, well, guess what? Michelle said, hey, did we miss the Beasley benefits deal? And I quickly looked at I didn't think, I didn't, because yesterday was what? The 14th. Today is August 15th. And I knew in my head that the date, because I read the email, I knew the date was a little later, and then I pulled up the email from our HR folks or whoever the hell sends that crap out, and it said we've got until the 17th.
I saw that.
Yeah. So, well, thank you. Thank you for bringing up sort of a calendar entry that if I kept the calendar that I would...
You might write that on there.
that I might actually write that on there. But, yeah, I said to Michelle, hey, we need to look at our benefits. Well, at least... You know, at this point, I'm done here December 31st. So my last day here technically is December 31st. Now, whether I come up with a new contract agreement, that remains to be seen. And if you're saying, hey, didn't we just go through this? Yeah, we did. But I only signed a 1-year extension because of, certain conditions, and I only agreed to a 1-year extension. So I could be gone. The MJ Morning Show return might just be a little 3-year, like a pop-up store, you know? We might just be a 3-year pop-up, and then we disappear again. And then will there be a third resurgence of the MJ Morning Show? I don't know. We'll have to see. But, the pickleball thing, I can't believe that I missed this. Hundreds of pickleball players descended on Winter Haven over the weekend. And, well, first of all, I don't get the whole pickleball craze. But
I know, and you sound very mocky about it.
You think I'm mocky?
I'm just telling you, people.
Should I wear a smock while I mock?
People go nuts over pickleball.
I mean, some people really like this, and you are kind of, talking down to people who like something different than you.
I'm not talking down to people.
I missed the tournament. Oh, why didn't you remind me? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, MJ, people are into this.
I know
it looks fun to me.
I know. It's like mini, compact tennis. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, I told you I have a professional pickleball friend who can call in anytime you want more
anytime,
info.
MJ.
Yeah, I think we ought to do a whole hour on pickleball. What do you think?
You have access to a professional pickleball player that can call in any time.
For real.
What does this guy make? Does he make money playing professional pickleball?
I know he has big-time sponsorships.
Yeah.
Does he have enough money to buy pickles at the supermarket?
Clausen is his sponsor.
Vlasic. Yeah.
Mount Olive.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, big negotiations.
Pickles.
Does he ever get in trouble and get in a pickle?
I get it. That's fine.
That sucks. Somebody hit me over the head with something for that one. Get a shovel. Whack me. So here's the deal. It was the American pickleball. There's such a thing as an American pickle. Where the hell did pickleball come from? It's like I woke up and suddenly I've got...
It's hot.
The tournament had people from 8 years old through 85 years old. Is, I guess, the age range for the entrance on this thing.
Wasn't it popular in the elderly community, and then it just sort of took over in the youth?
So that's where I first heard of it.
What's bigger up in the villages? Pickleball, golf, or a dripping case of gonorrhea? What's bigger in the villages? Instead of or if you get an STI or an STD up there, oh my God, I've got a pickleball going on down here. Got some pickleballs.
Then you really are in a pickle. Yeah.
That's how they named the sport. Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's a turning green. It's pickleball.
It's pickled.
Yeah. So
fermented.
Well, the pickle's not looking good down there. So
So
yes.
Pickleball. I first heard about it from my older uncle. And he's like, I'm playing pickleball. I'm like,
How-
what?
How old?
I mean, he might have been 70 at the time.
And when was this?
10 years ago.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive.
Right. And this is
And
Uncle whom?
Uncle Ed.
Uncle Ed.
Uncle Ed. And
Where does
he's-
Uncle Ed live?
He lives out in the beaches. Think of what's like
Out in the beaches.
he's a Clearwater Beach.
What the hell's that? Out in the beaches? I've never heard anyone refer to it out in the
Because he
beaches.
used to live in Reddington, now he lives in Clearwater Beach.
All right.
So he lives out there. But he told me he was playing pickleball. It was the first time I heard it, and I was like, "What is it?" He's like, "It's kind of like tennis on a small court with paddles and like and he wiffle balls and he's explaining it to me, and I was like, "Okay, great." And then suddenly I went to like the community center park, and they had like a gymnasium, and it was all taped up for pickleball. And I'm like, "Okay, these old people are taking over." And now it's everywhere. I saw it on ESPN2.
Then it started moving younger. Now you got kids and teenagers playing pickleball. So it's expanded. And one of the uses now for all of this vacant space with big box stores closing down or malls shutting down, there is activity nationwide where some of these large retail spaces are being turned into indoor pickleball courts. It's like a new use. It's kind of like, what was that mall that turned into like the tech center up there? You know what I'm talking about? Was it
Not
East
Lake?
you know what I'm talking about?
on kind of like
Not far from the fairgrounds.
Hillsboro area.
Yeah,
and
like
75.
way east on Hillsboro.
What was the name of that
What was
I
that
have
mall?
no idea.
That mall used to be like a kind of a thriving mall, and then it became a hellhole ghost town. And then they turned it into like an office tech complex plaza kind of deal, whatever the hell.
Right.
I think you put a pickleball court in there now.
So I drove a couple of blocks off of 7th Avenue in Ybor City.
Right.
And those warehouses on 60, those old dilapidated looking big metal warehouses.
Yep.
I drove across the backside of one of them, and there was a sign, pickleball courts inside.
Yeah, look at that.
And I'm like, they're coming up everywhere.
Yeah. All right, on to Wander. Speaking of a different type of ball, from pickleball to baseball.
Speaking about a different kind of
Yeah,
pickle.
Yeah.
the Wander Franco situation, man, it's it's all over the place now. All the reports, even out of the Dominican Republic, because the latest now, it's not just here in the U.S. that Major League Baseball is investigating this allegation against Wander Franco. And again, I made a pledge. If this turns out to be real, that he had an inappropriate relationship with an underage girl, well, then the story is going to expand. However, if this is deemed unfounded, or if this is deemed to be false or incorrect, some folks were floating the idea that this whole story is about extortion. Somebody sent me some kind of message. I think it was, I got to remember whether it was email or somebody sent me a direct message on Instagram. But one of the stories floating around is that this was an extortion attempt. Mm-hmm. And somebody sent me the story's not founded at this point. It's just a rumor that some mother and daughter tried to extort Wander Franco for a new car valued at $200,000. What, like a Bentley or something?
Jeez.
So I haven't seen anything definitive on that, but that's one of the rumors floating around. And a listener sent me a note. Hey, MJ, apparently this is all part of an extortion plot. Some mother and daughter demanded a $200,000 car, but I haven't seen anything. But that is floating around as well. Now, as far as the Dominican Republic, or as it's affectionately known, the DR.
Oh, okay.
Authorities in the DR are looking into the Tampa Bay Rays shortstop, Wander Franco, over these allegations of some type of inappropriate relationship with a minor. The media office of the Attorney General in the Dominican Republic told the Associated Press that, quote, there are investigations regarding that matter. Well, the question I have is, the underage relationship allegation, is that here in the U.S. or in the DR, or is there one in the U.S. and one in the DR, or what's the story?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, this is a big, giant headache at this point for the Ray. I mean, listen, on Sunday, it was a special night. It was Wander Franco snapback hat night.
Yeah.
And all, all attendees under the age of 14, which, oops. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that was bad.
The allegation is that, at least some of the rumors are that it's a 14-year-old girl, and then, snapback hat night, and
Yeah,
if you're
they
under
snap,
14 and under, and,
There's all these pictures of the girl wearing his jewelry and stuff. Oh, she looks way young.
Well, a lot of the posts have been deleted. So a lot of the social media posts with the allegation, they're gone. Now, Franco has agreed to go on the restricted list. Major League Baseball's investigating. The Rays are investigating. Apparently, authorities in the Dominican Republic, they're investigating. So we'll see what actually happens. But listen, as you're in the hunt for the pennant, the Rays have been doing so well. This is a headache they don't need right now.
Yeah, he's on the 6-game restricted list while they investigate.
Whatever the hell the story is. So
Yeah.
we'll follow the Wander Franco story. Everyone's talking about this thing. It's become a national story. And, well, he was in the dugout. First of all, if you have a snapback hat night, if you got a huge promotion and you're giving out hats to all of the attendees Sunday under 14 and under, why weren't you in the game playing? I would think that if you have a night dedicated to you with a special promotional giveaway, that you play the game.
No,
but the Rays manager said, "Oh no, this was his scheduled day off." How do you have a scheduled day off if you're doing a promotional hat night? But then he was in the dugout. He was there. He was with the team in the dugout, and then the whole story blows up early in the game, and they actually yanked him from the game as far as from the dugout, and they moved him back into the locker room, and then he was removed from the field and the dugout area.
They must have had an inkling.
Yeah, coach
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
care
so.
about what they're giving away in the stands. He just wants to win games. He has his schedule. He has his players. He doesn't care what they're doing.
Well, I think they probably had that's my feeling. They probably had an idea that something was going on.
Anything new on Wander Franco, we'll bring it to you here on the MJ Morning Show. It's certainly an issue. All right, early morons in the news next. Got a nice, tasty pile of the imbitards, and we'll get to those next. Don't forget also, Trip a Day is back. Between 9 and 9:20 this morning, we'll give you the song title to listen for the MJ Trip a Day, and it's simple. You know the drill. We'll tell you what song to listen for, and it'll be played sometime today before 6 o'clock during the workday. That's guaranteed. So between 9 and 9:20, I'll tell you what song to listen for. Then after sometime today, it'll be played when you hear it be the 7th caller, and you win a trip. It's a 3-day staycation, a plantation on Crystal River. That's what we're giving away right now for the MJ Trip a Day. So keep listening. 9 to 9:20. I'll give you the song title. It's on the way here on the MJ Morning Show. If you're making a move, I don't want you to make the wrong move. If you're making a right, here we go. It is time for the early edition of Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show as we dive right in. First of all, I don't know what it is with food attacks lately. We've had several, and the latest now includes a law enforcement officer here in Florida. You know, when you think of an attack on somebody with an object, I don't know, cheeseburger doesn't really come to mind. Remember we had a story a couple of weeks ago, some woman at Reddington Beach, St. Pete Beach, chucked a burrito like at her boyfriend, and he ducked, and the burrito hit like unsuspecting patron in the head. It was some restaurant at Clearwater Beach, like Whisker John's or something. Or I don't know what the
beach dive.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We had that story. I told you to track the lady down because I wanted to talk to her because she seemed like she was hell on wheels. Because remember, she was involved in like some other altercation like months earlier.
Sounds like a good time.
That was the burrito story. Now we've got a hamburger story, and the story's juiced up a little bit. It's exacerbated a bit because it turns out it's a cop here in Florida.
Ooh.
So if you're a police officer, you ought to know better about winging a McDonald's cheeseburger at your other half's head, right?
Oh, he was the winger. The
yes.
I thought he was the victim.
No.
Well, remember how much damage the Whopper did when I tossed that thing at Fester's head?
Well, it did damage to the wall.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
It stained the whole logoed wall.
I missed Froggy's head by.
Now, hold on. What was the catalyst? Why did we do...
Well, there's a Whopper fight.
Was that...
Yeah.
Somebody got hit with a Whopper.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why we reenacted that. I don't remember those details, but about, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
A while ago.
We had a Whopper reenactment in the studio because hold on, Andrew might know. Yes, Andrew.
We were trying to see if you could actually knock somebody over with a burger.
Yeah, because there was an assault case where somebody.
It was a local case. I think it happened in Pinellas
What,
County.
another case? So we've got, that's what I'm saying. We got just tons of food being used as weapons. You know, that latest story with a big burrito at St. Pete Beach, that was used as a weapon. And then we had a story about a Whopper, I guess, being hurled. And then we tried to reenact that. And Froggy winged a Whopper at the back of Fester's head, and it was a terrible throw. It went splat against our wall.
Well, it bounced off his head.
And it put ketchup stains all over the Kemp Rouge and Green Q105 logoed wall, which is behind us. And you can see it on MJTV right now. But, of course, Kemp Rouge and Green is now just the Kemp Law Group.
Right.
Yeah, same great attorneys. They just changed the name to the Kemp Law Group. I wonder if we're going to re-logo the wall.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's expensive. Remember when we stained the wall?
Yeah.
But when we threw the Whopper, we stained the wall. There were ketchup stains all over the place. Management freaked out, and I kept hearing, that cost $3,000. I'm like, what?
It's like cloth.
It's like a bed sheet with some logos of some screen printing on it. It's
you guys overpaid.
It's a freaking JCPenney bed sheet with logos printed on it, and this thing behind me is $3,000.
In the wrong business.
I'm in the wrong freaking business, man.
I mean, I don't know how many customers there are. Yes, we like a bed sheet.
My God. Anyway, so let me give you the details on this. McDonald's cheeseburger attack. This happened down South Florida, and it's a police officer who's been accused of throwing fast food during a violent fight with his wife. Investigators allege that an irate Andres Perez, 34, and his spouse were arguing about financial and infidelity issues. A little combo platter there.
Ooh.
You know, usually it's one or the other, because a lot of times money is like, I believe, the number one issue that couples get into fights. It's over financial issues. And then, so we add a little infidelity as well here when this police officer, quote, storms into the kitchen in his wife's direction and throws a McDonald's cheeseburger at her. The victim told police that Perez then struck her with a closed fist.
Okay, that changes everything.
On the right side of the head, right behind the ear during the incident. This happened down in Miramar, so South Florida, East Coast, according to the arrest report. Perez was bonded out of the Broward County Jail. He's an officer with the Miami-Dade Police Department. Probably not good for the career to get into a domestic battery altercation, hitting your wife with a closed fist, and then winging a McDonald's cheeseburger at her.
You know, at least it was a cheeseburger and not like a salami. Or like a big sausage.
Oh my God.
Like if you're just, I picture as soon as we hear food fight, someone's been assaulted with food. I immediately think,
how about a frozen butterball turkey?
Yeah.
No, Roxanne's much more interested in getting pummeled by salamis.
Yeah. You like getting hit in the head with salamis?
All kinds of salamis. Oh my, so many salamis.
Where
Such little
How
time.
bad would that hurt?
Well,
Seriously.
hold on.
That would hurt.
Where the hell did he come up with salami?
Because I'm picturing a big sausage of salami.
Roxanne, I thought you were going to go.
There's another ISO, please. I'm picturing a big sausage.
Andrew, I didn't ISO that. Froggy, I thought the exact same thing.
Yes.
I was talking all over
we've
it.
Got. I don't think you did.
I think I heard it clear.
I think
Did
I heard
you?
it clear.
Okay.
Yeah, but you do that. A lot of you guys do
We
that.
all do. We all do. You're the worst of all.
All right. So, Andrew, if you can ISO that of Roxanne saying that, what'd she say? I'm thinking of a big salami. Is that what Roxanne said? All right. Get that on the sound wall. Anyway, moving along. Next moron in the news item here. A suspected sex toy thief has been nabbed peeping into a woman's window. Yeah, this is up in New England, East Providence, Rhode Island. Man who police say admitted to breaking into homes in Providence earlier this summer to steal sex toys has been arrested again. I mean, how pathetic of a life do you have to live that your mission is to break into houses to steal people's sex toys? Oh, you don't want the jewelry? You don't want the silver coins?
Nothing like that.
You don't want to steal a PlayStation 5 or a TV or some power tools or looking for cash or jewelry? No, you're breaking into houses to steal sex toys.
So this isn't like this is a fetish. This isn't, oh, I'm stealing these because I can't afford to go buy them. This is probably more like a fetish thing, like stealing panties.
It's just a niche.
A police report obtained by Channel 12 in Providence shows that East Providence Police responded to East Providence. I don't know if they have an East Providence Police or it's just Providence, but they responded to an apartment complex on July 21st after a 28-year-old woman reported seeing a suspicious man outside her home. The woman told police that she was changing her daughter's diaper when she saw a man standing outside her daughter's bedroom. She says she screamed, and before the man ran, he peered into the window one more time. So she goes, hey, give me a scream, Roxanne.
Oh, Roxanne!
Oh, my, that is awful. God, that
no,
is
because
terrible.
you caught me like
You gotta really lay it out
You
there.
hear that bubble in my throat? You caught me like I'd just taken a sip of something.
Is that a meth bubble in your throat? What is that?
I mean, you gotta scream.
Come on, give me a real scream, would you please?
Okay, tell me when again.
All right, go ahead. The peeping Tom is outside the window. You're changing your kid's diaper, and you go. There you go. That's more like
Blow my eardrums out.
Really early.
That's more like it.
It's really early for that crap.
She screamed. The man ran, but peered in one more time. Police said they later identified the guy as 32-year-old Benjamin Nadrowski, and they were able to arrest the dude. He admitted that he was looking in the window, but said he was just exercising in the area. He was just doing exercises and just peering into windows, I guess, while exercising. Is that part of a new workout routine? Is you exercise and then you do some peeping Tom activities as well?
So this woman has not been a victim of him as a robber.
Apparently
stealing.
not.
Okay.
But the story is he's a peeping Tom, and also he was arrested earlier this summer because police uncovered an unusual string of break-ins, and he would break into homes and apartments, go into the bedrooms, and stole adult sex toys. Now, I don't know how many homes have adult sex toys, but apparently he was striking the targets. He was finding homes with sex toys.
Have I ever told you guys about my sex toy thievery story? Have I shared that with you?
Oh, you just happen to have one?
Well, we're running a little late here. Can I get you to do that after the break?
Of course.
Also, he told police that he intended to give the sex toys that he stole to a friend as a birthday gift. Ew! You're giving someone else's sex toys to a friend? Which I don't know if I believe that. All right, so Roxanne, you have some type of sex toy theft case you want to talk about?
I do.
Would you take the BP from yesterday?
No.
Because I can't find it.
No.
I wonder who took it.
We got to get into that. We've got to follow up on that deal. All right, hold on. We're back in a second, and I don't know how you tune out of this. Roxanne has a sex toy theft story. Was it your favorite?
It wasn't my. They were not my sex toys.
Oh, okay. All right, hang on. Back in a second. 6:51. It's the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. this? Is this like
I don't know.
a violation of HIPAA? How'd you know about this?
I saw her post about it.
Oh, okay. So she posted on social media. All right. So holy crap, that was Flashdance, Irene Cara. And of course, if you're a regular fan of the MJ Morning Show, if you go way back with us, well, you know that was the song that was used when we scammed American Idol in season number. Was it season 2?
It was season 2, yes.
So for those that are unfamiliar, we early on when American Idol was this massive sensation, and it's still on the air, but it doesn't have anywhere. That show used to pull 30 million viewers a week.
Oh, it was the biggest thing ever.
That American Idol in the beginning, when you go back to the early 2000s, that show was huge, was massive. And seriously, you'd see 30, 32 million. 35 million viewers. These days, network television with all the fragmentation, with all the cable TV, all the streaming.
2 million if you're lucky.
Well, it's a little more than that. I mean, they're lucky if you get, they're happy if they get 4, 5, 6 million viewers these days. But American Idol was pulling a ton. So we just played Flashdance after that break, and Froggy said, "Did you hear about Kristen?" I'm like, "What? No." Froggy, tell me what you just told me.
Just all I saw is
and this was just off the air. So just like 10 seconds before we're coming back on, just moments ago, Froggy says to me,
"Did you hear about Kristen? I think she had a brain issue. Like, I think she got..."
You said aneurysm.
I think she had a brain aneurysm.
She usually would check in with me because she and her husband moved to Idaho. Her husband...
And it looks awesome, actually. It looks very peaceful.
It looks like she's having a great time in Idaho.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's still alive, which is a good thing.
Oh, no, yeah, she was on a boat last week. I'm just saying, this happened a while ago.
But I haven't heard from her. I'm wondering why I haven't heard from her. So, Kristen Powell, she was our Flashdance ringer. We scammed American Idol. And we sent Kristen Powell and Lamosa... We sent them to American Idol auditions early on in season 2 with a whole scam racket of an awful performance of Flashdance. And she keeps going through the different rounds because remember, on American Idol, they're looking for the really good stuff and they're looking for the comic relief. They're looking for the really, really crappy stuff, like William Hung. Remember that guy?
Sure, he made a whole career out of being terrible.
Absolutely. I think he's still doing appearances. Yeah. I think he still has what's that thing where you do videos for people? Cameo.
You could get him for $40 on Cameo.
Yeah, $40. You could have William Hung from 2006 American Idol. So Kristen Powell did the Flashdance deal, a terrible rendition, but it was all designed that way. It was we completely engineered it to get on TV, and we were the first morning show to ever scam American Idol with a fake contestant. That we totally scripted the whole deal. And we made it. We were on. They got like a 1.5-minute segment on American Idol in season 2.
It was the first segment of the premiere episode.
I thought it was 2.5 minutes. I thought it was...
I mean, it was
long.
Yeah,
it was a long segment.
She sang a bunch of it.
She did a great job.
Yeah, they get her walking in, performing. The judges are all saying, Simon's going, "Oh, please tell me that wasn't real. Oh, that was awful. That was terrible. You don't have it. Blah, blah, blah."
That wasn't for real.
Then she turns on the fake tears. Then they have her exiting the room and Lamosa's out there going, "Hell no!" When she says she didn't make it, it was great. So I had not heard this. Kristen, this is just at the end of July. Kristen, and she moved to Idaho with her husband. Her husband's a former Pinellas County deputy sheriff, and he left Pinellas County to go to work for a small-town police department in Idaho. They just were looking for a lifestyle change to like the mountains of Idaho.
Now he's like Don Knotts. Working a small police force.
Hey, Andy. Golly.
Oh, wow. So I'm looking at her Facebook post. A huge thank you to so-and-so and so-and-so for taking such great care of me after having a stent put into my brain last week. And then after another health scare, which landed me in the ER a couple of days later, I'm so fortunate to be surrounded by amazing family and friends. Holy crap. Froggy, when did you find out about this?
Just when she posted that.
But
I heard Flashdance and it reminded me of her.
But this is odd because in the last couple of days, I thought to myself, you know what? I haven't heard from Kristen in a while because she would just touch up base with me every couple of months.
She's
hey,
the best.
listening to the show online. Hey, everything's great. We love Idaho. And now you tell me this.
I know.
Holy
she
crap.
seems to be doing all right.
Oh, my God. I didn't
You
know
got to reach
that.
out to her when you can.
Well, I'm going to text her during the next break.
See what happened.
All right.
Poor
So,
thing.
Roxanne, you had a follow-up because we were talking about the sex toy thief in early Morons in the news a little while ago.
Yes.
And then you stunned us all by saying that you had your own sex toys stolen one time.
No, not mine. This is a
You said you had a sex toy story.
I said I had a sex toy thievery story.
Okay, what happened?
She stole them from somebody else.
You ripped someone else off? You really
Yes.
wanted something?
Yes.
A friend of a friend named Jenny.
Did you sterilize it?
I don't mind telling
I'm
you
sorry.
her name is Jenny because there are a lot of people named Jenny.
Yeah.
Jenny was traveling with her boyfriend, now husband, and they were traveling. I don't know if they were going to Vegas, somewhere fun. And so she had packed this really pretty, it kind of looked like, it was described to me as a large makeup case, but it kind of looked like a jewelry case. It looked very fancy.
Okay.
And so they were flying private.
Oh,
And so she got.
they were flying private.
Yes, they were flying private.
Excuse me, it's Jenny.
Not exactly from the block, huh?
Yeah.
She's going to enter the Mile High Battery Club on a private plane.
And?
Well, she had her big black box with her on the plane, not the black box you think of normally. And when they got off of the plane, the luggage cart came and got their belongings and took them to their car to be whisked away.
Yeah.
And when they got to the hotel, there was no case, pretty little.
Hold up. Was it a separate case?
It was a separate case. It was a separate case.
So
And
it got
I'm motioning to you. It's like,
no one's stealing luggage from a private jet.
oh,
Who-
yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody lifted it as it went from point A to point B. It was
You walk to the plane or someone rolls your bag. I don't think anyone stole it. Must have gotten left somewhere accidentally.
No.
Someone stole a bag at a private FOB.
yes,
At a,
yes,
Something happened.
So where did they get on the plane? Where? What area? What city?
Miami.
They got on Miami?
Yes, this is years ago. They got on in Miami and they got off in Vegas, and it wasn't there when they got to their destination,
And
the
inside,
hotel.
and what were the contents?
So the funny part of this story is that whoever lifted it thought they were getting like a heist, like a big jewelry score, because there's this fancy couple
Wait,
with the
they had
fancy box.
They had a whole fancy box just for an adult toy?
And yep, that's all the thief got was a big box.
Oh, there were multiple adult toys inside?
I don't know. I didn't know the contents. I didn't inventory the contents. This is a friend of a friend. But
So wait a
Jenny
minute, this was a
supposedly-
box or this was luggage?
It was a. I'm motioning to you, and I know the listeners can't hear, but
Yeah, don't
picture
motion,
two,
describe.
Picture two
I don't need pantomime.
Picture two lunch boxes stuck together. That's how big it was. Like two kids' lunch boxes.
That thing
was
wall mountable?
And
inside there were
adult
whatever.
toys or whatever.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey stuff. That kind of stuff.
Oh, really? So like ball gag? And
I mean, I don't know the exact contents.
let out
I know
the
that
gimp!
there was no
That's the wrong movie.
there was no
What?
jewelry.
That's the wrong movie.
What do you mean?
I don't think there was a gimp in 50 Shades.
No,
of
No,
Grey.
I'm
that's
talking
Pulp Fiction.
I'm thinking of a ball gag.
Yeah, Pulp
Yeah,
Fiction.
Pretty bleeping far from okay.
Oh, man. And they never got their stuff back?
No, but I just makes me laugh because this person thinks they lifted they got a jewelry case with beautiful gems and jewelry, and instead
So
all they
they're
got was
they're thinking that here we have a couple traveling private jet. Man, that's pretty brazen move to steal luggage at a private airplane terminal like these FOBs, these it used to be Raytheon. Was it Sheltair now here
Right.
locally, and whatever the other one is at Tampa. The private planes. There are two companies at Tampa International that do the private and the charter planes. That's a pretty ballsy move to
Isn't it?
steal luggage.
Mhm.
And this happened in Miami, and they thought maybe they were getting a suitcase filled with like valuables.
Yes.
And they end up with or something to that effect. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe it's exactly what the thief
Wow.
needed.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of planes, I saw the dumbest headline it's so obvious. This has to do with planes and sleeping on a plane. And I saw this headline. I'm like, who wrote this story? Who wrote this headline? This is the most obvious thing in the. All right, I don't want to get too late here. I want to stay on time. And, of course, we start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. All right, so why am I yelling about this being the dumbest thing I've seen in a long time? Regarding airplanes, and Roxanne, you inadvertently kind of teed this up for me.
Oh, cool.
All right, also, I have an apology to make. A ball was dropped yesterday regarding the Froggy mystery box, which...
A ball was dropped?
Hang on.
One of the best things to happen.
We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. I can't even tell you how much great stuff is coming up next. But I do have a little mea culpa and an apology, and I launched an internal investigation on this, and I'll explain all of that next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. 7:14, I want to mention to you that we have a name change. That's right. MJ Morning Show on Q105. MJ, Fester, Froggy, Roxanne. Here it is. We start an hour and 20 minutes right now. A nonstop MJ happens every single morning at this time. Also, heads up, we have the trip a day back. It's the MJ trip a day. Your shot to win a trip every single day. Just listen for the song title between 9 and 9:20. So later this morning, keep listening between 9 and 9:20. I'm going to give you today's song title. Then it's going to play guaranteed before 6 o'clock, sometime during the workday. When it plays, be the seventh caller, and you win the trip a day. Right now, we're giving away a 3-day staycation at Plantation at Crystal River. Nice 3-day getaway, trip a day here on Q105 and from the MJ Morning Show. Good luck. Hey, folks, I always ask you to help us out on occasion. And again, as we try to get the word out even further that the MJ Morning Show is back, I just ask. This is a plea from me to you. This is an MJ, just asking for a favor. I don't, we're givers. We give to you, the listener, every morning.
Yeah, we sure are givers, all right.
We're selfless, really.
We give. We really don't take. But I'm just asking, as we're trying to even expand the audience. You know what's going on is I still run across people that don't know we're back. I had just a follow-up. Like today, I've got a kidney follow-up appointment today for the 10 millimeter stone that was blasted with lithotripsy back in May. I have that 10 millimeter stone in my right kidney, and I got my follow-up with Dr. Malcolm Root today. He's a cool guy, by the way. So I've got my follow-up today, and this should be it, because it's all done. So I went to get there's a certain name for it. I got a certain x-ray. He just wanted to see, just make sure the kidneys are totally clear. So I was just at the Tower MRI, and the tech that helped me out was a huge listener of the MJ Morning Show back originally, but didn't know we're back. I'm like, yes, we're back every morning. We need like a $500,000 advertising budget. Listen, our audience is huge. Our audience is massive. It's much bigger than what's actually reflected. It's much bigger. That's a whole different story, which I'll get into at some point. But the bottom line is there are still tons of people that don't know we're back. The audience upside for us is still incredibly massive, and this is where I'm asking you to help us out. And I launched the MJ3 a day. Just try to tell 3 people a day that you listen to the MJ Morning Show here on 104.7 FM, Q105, that the MJ Morning Show is back. Pound for pound, folks, we're the best morning radio entertainment in the market. There is no doubt about it. One of the best in the United States. Help us out. We're just trying to grow the audience even more. And just tell 3 people that you listen to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Give it a listen. If they listen to something else, just give us a shot. And we will grow on them like a fungus. And listen, a lot of folks might be like, yeah, I listened to them all the time when they were used to be on 93. They're back?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know we're back. And I still run into it all the time. So help us spread the word. Tell 3 people that you listen to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. And that's all I'm going to ask of you. That's it. And we just give to you. I'm just taking just a little bit, just a small take, as we give to you repeatedly here on the MJ Morning Show.
I don't know if comparing us to a fungus is necessarily going to
He's right on.
woo anybody our way.
All right, where was I? I had to discuss a couple of things. First of all, the airplane story.
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to take just 30 seconds. I saw the dumbest damn headline, and Julian's on a flight. Luckily, it looks like they're taxiing. Julian's going to be, because Boston had a bunch of bad weather this morning. We thought he was going to be delayed. And I've got an 11 o'clock recording, and I'm picking up Julian right after, literally, when we shut down the show today. And I say, hey, have a great day, everybody. Let's be careful out there. I have to go right to the airport to pick up Julian because he's landing from Boston on Delta. And the weather was awful in Boston this morning, but apparently it broke a little bit, and he was taxiing, so he should be on time coming back. But this reminded me I had to do this airplane story. And then, Roxanne, you did your little airplane story
Yes.
about the private jet deal. And I saw a story yesterday. I'm like, duh. The headline was, the best seat on an airplane if you want to get sleep. All right, wait, really?
Okay.
Really? This is a story? This is just clickbait crap. You know what that's referred to? That's referred to CBC. Clickbait crap. In the industry, they call that CBC.
That's the goal.
The best seat on an airplane if you're trying to get some sleep.
And you clicked it?
Gosh.
No, I did not.
Well, what is it?
It is clearly on. I don't need to click on the story. Froggy, come on. You can't tell me.
Well, is it the front seat where you could kick your legs up a little more?
Oh, come on, Froggy. Listen, use your brain.
You're talking about the best seat on every aisle?
I'm talking about a standard airplane, just a regular commercial jet. What seat do you want if you're trying to get sleep on a plane?
I don't know.
And the story was like flight attendants agree, or flight attendant offers a suggestion on the best seat on the plane if you want to get sleep. All right, come on.
All right, this actually sounds like good clickbait now.
Froggy, are you serious? You can't answer the question?
What, the pilot seat?
What?
Cockpit.
The
is what he was
cockpit,
going
he was going to say.
You can't sleep in the cockpit. Stop it, guys.
For the last few years, I've only flown on my own jet that I got.
Oh, no, you don't. Cut the crap.
I mean,
I don't know. I
is the
can't.
answer as dumb as like a window seat?
Yes, it is.
It
That's the
is.
answer.
That's the
I
answer.
thought you meant on the whole plane.
It is the whole plane.
No.
Froggy thought you meant like, EA.
Yeah, 20 row
or
20
or-
seat
or-
E.
EA?
Row 7.
Where does seat EA?
All right, shut up.
Hello, flight
So-
attendant. Where's seat? I can't find seat
So,
EA.
he thought you meant
Where's EA?
Oh, it's over there. It's in the game.
Douches. He thought you meant like
EA.
7A or
Yes,
something.
I'm looking for EA. No, it's Roxanne, are you having fun over there? Are you? Are we entertaining you? Can you tell 3 friends that you listen to the MJ Morning Show?
I will tell 3 friends today.
Tell 3 people you listen to the MJ Morning Show.
Tell them we're like a fungus. So like it's the window seat.
Of course, it's the window seat.
I thought it was when you said it originally. I thought you were looking for a specific seat.
No,
placement.
no, it's the window seat on an airplane. It's obvious. It's the dumbest damn question. What's the best seat? Of course, it's the window seat because you've got a whole wall to lean against. If you're in the aisle seat, you got people walking by that are going to knock into you all the time. You have the other 2 people that are inevitably going to have to get up and go to the bathroom and have to disturb you. If you're in the window seat, no one's asking you to move. You're good.
And then you can fall asleep against the window, lean your head up in your face and drool all over the window and then ingest and suck all the other bacteria that's on the window too. From the last person.
You're coming up with the weirdest crap lately.
No,
I don't know what's...
Guys, we've done stories on that, how dirty the windows are, right?
All right.
I just love your beautiful mind.
It's like a fungus, Roxanne.
So obviously, yes, the window seat. We have an update on Froggy's mystery package, which I'm going to have to apologize for something. I'm going to have to offer a mea culpa here and just... Oh, yes, Andrew.
Yes, I have to take credit for or blame for this.
Yeah, there's no credit to be taken on this one. Andrew.
Yes, it was my slip up that
so
I
hold on.
didn't.
What happened?
Hold on. You're being proactive before I can even before I can even attack you.
Deservedly so.
Okay, you're taking you're actually being proactive in saying that you screwed up.
I failed on that. Yes.
Andrew, that's not the way to go.
Oh, don't be so
Wow.
hard on yourself.
Lie till you die, bro.
Folks, I have lied till
Yeah,
you
maybe,
die.
yeah.
Bester taught me that when I was like
dude.
20.
Deny.
Deny it all. It was,
Lie till you die. What's
listen.
wrong with you people?
I don't know what happened. It wasn't me. I don't know.
All right, so Andrew's kind of jumped the gun here just a bit, but well, let's dive into it right now. Around this time yesterday, Froggy handed me the Amazon misdelivered mystery box. Turned out that on Saturday, there was an Amazon delivery to Froggy's front door in Town and Compton. Town and Country.
Yeah.
And it was not your box.
No.
It was delivered to your address mistakenly.
Yes.
And you guys did not see the name and the address. You just get so many Amazon boxes at your house. You just opened it up and
Just
then
open it right up.
And then suddenly you guys were like, "What the hell?"
Wow, that was perfect.
What was perfect?
You said "what the hell" right on the dun, dun, dun.
What the hell?
Oh, what note was that?
You like
Nailed
that?
it twice.
That was really good.
What the hell? You like that?
So what happened? It has nothing to do with me.
No, it doesn't. But
Okay,
I feel bad because I didn't check email until later in the afternoon yesterday, and suddenly I've got a jillion freaking emails. And I'm like, oh my God. And I call Andrew, I got to read him the riot act.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. So at around this time yesterday, Froggy hands me the Amazon box and says, open this up live on the air. This was misdelivered to our house. We did not order this. Look at the label. It's somebody else's name. It's somebody else's address. It's actually 2 blocks over from us. And Froggy and Kim, they open up the package and they're shocked, I said. Shocked, I said.
Oh, it's shocking.
At what was in the box. And I opened the box up and I'm like, oh my God, I can't, I'm not going to talk about this on the air. I can't mention what was actually in the box delivered by Amazon. So what I decided to do was I held the contents of the box up to the camera, up to MJTV, and I was like, listen, if you want to see what's in the box that was misdelivered to Froggy's house on Saturday by Amazon, go to MJTV and watch a replay of our live stream. And every single morning, we're live streaming. We're on MJTV. If you go to mjmorningshow.com, top of the page, you'll see MJTV. Click on that. Then you'll see a thin rectangular box that says, click here for the live stream. And that's good from 6 to 10 a.m. when we're live. But then below it, after the show ends, every daily video of the show is linked. So you can just click on it and watch the replay of the entire show later in the day. So here I'm promoting and sending tens and tens and tens of thousands of people to our website, to MJTV, to see what was in the mystery box. And, of course, I was very cautious. I had all kinds of disclaimers. I was like, viewer discretion is advised. The following radio show is rated MSLVT, whatever it is. Yeah. Viewer discretion is advised. And I said, listen, if you're sensitive, if you offend easily, do not go to MJTV. Anyway, a lot of people went to or tried to go to MJTV yesterday. A lot of first-time folks. Andrew did not put the link up yesterday. Of all what? It's funny. It's funny.
Oh, it's
of all freaking days, Andrew does not put the link up for MJTV yesterday for first timers. I'm telling everyone, go to mjmorningshow.com, click on the top, click on MJTV, and right after the show, the video will be posted, and then you kind of scroll in around 7:30 is when we opened up the mystery box. And of all freaking days, I'm sending a ton of new people to our website. And Andrew did not put the link up for MJTV yesterday. Oh. Andrew, can I ask you, what the hell happened?
I'm sorry, you talking to me?
Oh.
Okay, holy, you didn't say that.
Hold
right.
on, just a few minutes ago, you were like, I have to take responsibility. What happened? I even mentioned on the air, I kept saying to you, Andrew, what time is that going to be posted? And you said right after we shut down MJTV, I posted every day.
Well, I would say right after the show, the video is automatically on YouTube. I don't have to do anything for it to be there.
That's on you. But all kinds of people don't know just to go to our YouTube channel. I sent all kinds of new listeners that were dying to see what was in the mystery box from Amazon to Froggy's house. And of all days, you didn't put the link up yesterday. So I check email. I had other things yesterday, so it took me a little while to get the email. What time did I call you? 5:30?
Oh, it was later than that.
6. I call Andrew because I go to my email. I'm like, my God, email volume is a lot heavier than usual. I had a couple of hundred emails saying, MJ, where's the video link? And I'm like, what? So I go to mjmorningshow.com. I click on MJTV at the very top. And the last video post was the 10th, which was Thursday. Friday's wasn't even posted because we had Wes filled in, and I guess Wes forgot to put that up. because
Well,
Andrew
yeah.
was out on Friday, and then Andrew didn't post yesterday's YouTube live stream for the contents of the mystery box.
Oh.
And here I've got a couple of hundred emails. I mean, of all days not to post it, I'm sending people, and suddenly they're hitting a wall. I mean, so Andrew, what the hell happened?
It just slipped through.
Ew.
Okay, that's disgusting. You could just say you forgot or you didn't do it.
You understand the ramifications here, right?
Of course.
Lashing?
No, it's just we disappointed listeners yesterday
Oh.
that wanted to go see the mystery box. So here they're jonesing, they're listening in their car, they get to work, they want to look at the video, and it was never posted.
I was thinking.
And usually I would have caught this earlier, but I had several things I had to take care of yesterday. I didn't get to email until late. Usually I would have seen, man, what is all this email coming in? And it would have been rectified. Ooh.
Oh,
It would have been rectified.
I'm watching the video of yesterday's show right now.
It would have been
And you're holding up the tube o' lube.
It would have been rectified or rectified earlier.
Oh, man.
But Andrew, listen, you dropped the ball.
I'm sorry. I learned my lesson. I have to remind you to check your email earlier.
See, that's what happens when you take a day off.
See,
Come
Andrew,
back and you're just after being in the sun with those hotties all day.
Andrew,
Isn't that what you did?
Yeah, Andrew took his first day off in like ever, and now he totally forgot his job.
Hey, so it is fixed now. So, folks, I apologize for all of you that tried to find yesterday's show video. It is there now. It is the MJ Morning Show for August 14th, 2023. It is posted now. These two items that were in the Amazon box misdelivered to Froggy's house. You won't believe it. And again, do not, I repeat, this is a warning. Warning, warning, warning. If you offend easily, do not watch the video. But obviously there were hundreds of people that do not offend easily that wanted to see it. So listen, if I got almost 200 emails asking where the video was, do you know how many more people? Because they say, like, in radio, only like 1% of the listeners actually call the program.
Thousands of people were disappointed trying to
Yeah.
find it, and they eventually gave up on it.
So I feel like a schmuck over here that I promoted this all morning, and then we send people to the website. It was never posted.
And I feel like our listeners are very dirty birds.
Well, I'm not.
very geeky, very
You're a
geeky.
dirty bird. You're a dirty bird. Yeah. Listen, I'm not one to beat a dead horse.
No. You're not a.
I'm not
a
one
horse
to
whipper. at
I'm not
all.
one to belabor a point.
No, you get straight to the point.
I get in, get out, get on with my life, okay? But I do apologize. The video is there now, mjmorningshow.com. Click on MJTV. And I apologize. Of all freaking days, Andrew, not to post it, we're sending the most people to MJTV ever. Our live stream numbers, I think, were the biggest. We had more people watching live yesterday than in the history of the stream. And the one day to not post the video.
I mean,
Do you find this funny, Froggy? You just crack it up.
I mean, it's just, it's all right, Andrew. You know what? MJ, people make mistakes. Why don't you lay off?
it's not comedic funny. It's like an uncomfortable, ironic.
It's
funny.
ironic, like Alana says.
Isn't it ironic, MJ?
It's like having diarrhea on your wedding day. Isn't that, what is it?
It's not,
Yes.
it's not diarrhea on your wedding day.
What's the line? I think it is.
Like diarrhea on your wedding day.
That is not the line.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it is.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not. All right, moving along. Oh, Chloe's going to call us in a bit. So, Andrew, heads up for the hotline.
Ew, she posted the BP on her website.
What?
What?
She
Chloe?
posted a picture of you holding
Are you? My daughter did.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I gotta
Are
see
you
that.
serious?
in her story.
Oh my
And she
God.
goes, I could no longer defend you.
Oh my God. Oh,
I gotta see that.
Incidentally, there's a little offshoot to this story, and I found Channel 10 had a story that I saw, and the headline was, "Yes, it is legal to keep unsolicited packages sent to your address." Now, folks were concerned, oh my God, Froggy opened up someone else's mail. That's a federal offense. No, it's not. It's an Amazon delivery truck. It wasn't.
Oh my God.
It wasn't.
I just found a picture that Chloe put on
All
her
right,
Instagram
enough.
of you. Oh my God. That's hysterical.
My daughter put this up?
I can't believe
I can't
So
keep
funny.
defending you.
All
Then
right.
straight face emoji. It's
All right,
hysterical.
enough. Anyway, so folks that were concerned about Froggy breaking federal law by opening up someone else's mail, this is not mail. That's U.S. mail. This is a private Amazon delivery service that dropped off a box.
Not a problem.
Froggy did nothing illegal here. But interestingly, yes, it is legal to keep unsolicited packages sent to your address. Federal law says if you receive an unordered package with your name and address on it, then it's considered a gift. And this has to do with the USPS. The United States Postal Service delivers an average of 23.8 million packages a day and more than 290,000 pieces of mail per minute. Most of those arrive at homes or businesses expecting them, but occasionally some don't. When someone receives a package they didn't order, they might be suspicious or just return it to sender. But the point is here, if someone receives an unsolicited package and it was addressed to them, it's free to keep, according to the U.S. Postal Service. One example of when this might happen is when a charity sends you free return address labels or stickers, hoping that you're going to send the donation, whatever. But also there are stories where some companies flood you with packages. It's kind of weird. Like sometimes they're hoping to get reviews or whatever. If you get something unsolicited sent to you, you can keep the damn thing. That's the bottom line here. So heads up for Chloe. Should be calling in just a few minutes here. Now, we have another food recall. I don't know what's going on with food recalls lately. And you know what? I got to be honest. As far as food recalls go, I don't think this is that bad.
Okay.
Nestle Toll House cookie dough containing wood chips.
Oh, I mean, adds flavor.
And fiber.
Yeah, it's absolutely fiber.
Roughage.
If I'm not mistaken, there are foods that contain derivations of wood and pulp.
Ooh.
Right? Aren't there? I think that's
orange juice has pulp.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
No, that's a different kind of,
wood?
it's a different kind of pulp.
They don't take the tree and grind it up in orange juice.
But aren't some thickening ingredients? Don't they come from wood? Anyway, I didn't think that was that bad. But Nestle USA is recalling some Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough packages because of wood fragments. And I didn't think that this was that bad.
I need to know more information, MJ.
There are 2 batches of the chocolate chip cookie dough break and bake.
That's the one I use.
You use break and bake?
Oh, yeah, because it comes in a square and each cookie's already rolled up a little bit.
Everybody eats those things.
Yeah.
Not me.
So what is it? Is it raw dough or is it par baked?
No, it's raw dough. It's the same thing you'd get in the
so
tube.
So it's refrigerated.
Yeah.
So it's in your grocer's refrigerator.
Yes. You've never seen them?
I've not seen break and bake.
Do you not buy store cookie dough?
No.
Okay.
He makes his own cookies.
Dude, Michelle uses that New York Times Jacques the best chocolate chip recipe on the planet. Roxanne, can you look that up again?
The second best, Jacques Torres.
Thank you, Jacques Torres. The best chocolate chip. Seriously, folks. Why are you buying chocolate chip cookie dough at the supermarket? The absolute best chocolate chip cookie you can make is the Jacques Torres New York Times chocolate chip cookie recipe.
Right, and the best milk you can get is straight from the cow's teat, but I still buy the gallon. Okay, it's okay.
You're not comparing apples and oranges.
Okay, a little
all right?
bit. Listen. So anyway, this break and bake looks like a bunch of little cookie dough meatballs in a square pack, and you break them and you put them on your sheet.
Well, did you have any wood chips in your last batch?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
I found out the deal with the wood chips. So what it is, it's called cellulose. And it's a fiber that is made from essentially wood pulp.
But that's used in food.
And it's used in food, particularly fast food.
Okay,
So it's in a lot of the burgers and things that we eat in fast food. And
That's not this, though. I mean,
No.
it sounds like
These are actual wood chips, which, again, I'm like, I don't think this is, as far as food recalls and foreign objects go, I just don't think this is that bad.
It depends. If it's like shrapnel shards of 2x4, then I don't want it in my cookie dough.
All right, you probably shouldn't have wood chips in your cookie dough.
Yeah, because then you're going to get splinters in your uvula.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or anywhere south.
Yeah. The affected batches of wood-laden chocolate chip cookie break and bake dough were produced on April 24th and April 25th, distributed nationwide. They didn't specify which retailers might have gotten the affected batches. However, it issued the recall out of an abundance of caution, given that a small number of consumers contacted them about the new wood chip. Hey, we were hoping for chocolate chips. We got wood chips.
I hope they're thinly shaved.
It's.
I mean, if it's like sawdust,
No.
I'll take a little bit of sawdust in my cookie.
Yeah, it's what's that stuff? You know, the shaved wood you put in the bottom of the hamster cage.
Yeah.
That stuff.
You know who would like these cookies, or is the Sam Bankman-Fried? Is that his name again?
SBF?
His girlfriend. SBF, his girlfriend.
Oh, from
that chipmunk?
FTX.
Are you making a joke because she looks like a chipmunk?
A beaver.
She's trying to play on the fact that her teeth looks like she can chew through wood.
Did I hear the word wood?
Is there wood in these cookies?
She looks like a rodent.
Did somebody say wooden ice cream?
She looks like she can gnaw through a baseboard in a house in about 30 seconds flat.
Sam, you want to make love?
Hold on, honey. I'm making your favorite wooden cookies.
Hang on, I'm fixing your running wheel.
Anyway, but the bottom line here is these fixing your running wheel.
You know, like a little hamster.
Just like a hamster.
Wait, do you think she drinks out of that the little metal tube with the ball bearing inside?
Yeah. I'll meet you in that little tube.
Yeah.
Bring me a tube of vino.
You know what?
Obscure.
I'm going to start doing that. When I go out for like long walks on a hot day, I'm going to go to Petco. I'm going to get the little gerbil water thing. I'm going to start drinking. I'm going to start just tonguing that thing. What do you think?
How funny a viral video is that? Just walking around on a hot day and just carrying around the gerbils.
Is that Chloe on the phone? It is. Good morning. Chloe, I tease this. Chloe has a crazy Uber story. You got to hear this. This is scary. Chloe, my sweet daughter up in New York City right now. Hey, Chloe.
Hi, good morning.
Where are you?
I just walked downstairs because I don't have service up on my floor, so I had to walk downstairs. But I'm getting a Coca-Cola out of the vending machine.
Oh man, your phone
Hear
your phone sounds terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Can I call you right back?
Yeah.
Let me. Are you just still inside a building though?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me try to call you right back. All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that sucks. Her phone's just awful. Usually her phone sounds great. All right, let me try it back. All right, calling Chloe back. Hopefully we have a better connection here.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it's a little better.
Okay.
All right, so you have a cautionary tale. You have a warning regarding an Uber situation, and this happened to your roommate. Is that correct?
Yes. So not my actual roommate. I'm living in a 4-person suite. So there's 2 rooms, and so I live with someone in my room, and then there's another room.
Oh man, this phone is it's just not good.
Man,
Yeah, it's
does
just
she have a
not-
landline?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Call me right back.
Well, now
I'll
I can
call
hear you.
without my-
Yeah, it just
it
doesn't
sounds like
it
Duke.
just doesn't sound good.
It does sound like Duke.
Chloe, can you walk outside?
Is it any better right now?
Yeah, I think
a little
it's a little
bit.
better.
Yeah.
All right, so this happened to a suite mate. Chloe's doing summer school, a summer course up at NYU. So she's in a dorm. She's in like a quad, and this happened to one of the girls in your quad, right?
Yes.
All right, tell the story of what happened. This is an Uber warning.
Okay, so the other night I went out with my friends, and we ended up on the Upper West Side, and so basically my friend wanted to go home. So I set her up, I helped her order an Uber, and the Uber pulls up, and she gets in the Uber. I make sure it's the correct license plate, everything, correct car, everything. So
All right, so you ordered her the Uber, and you made sure that the Uber license plate did match up to what was on your app?
Absolutely. I always do with myself, so I did it for her.
Okay, very good. That's essentially, you got to do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyway, so about 20 minutes after, I go to check on her location to make sure she's home, which is around Union Square, so like 14th Street area. However, her location showed a little south of Washington Square Park, which is around like Houston Street.
Yep.
And so I see her icon continuing on our like Find My Friends app. I see her continuing downtown. So like literally the
Oh, she's going the wrong direction. She's going exactly opposite where she should be going.
Exactly, yeah. And so I called her immediately and I asked her like where she was going and if the driver knew where she was supposed to go. So she told the driver. I heard her over the phone say like, "Excuse me, like I'm going to 14th Street," and I don't know what he responded because I couldn't really hear. But then I was just like, you know what? Ask the driver if he's an Uber employee. And I heard her ask, and he goes, "No, I'm not."
Whoa. Yeah, that's why I have Chloe on.
Whoa.
So the friend asks the driver, "Are you an Uber employee?" And he says, "No."
Oh my God, it's like a horror film.
What? Wait. How? Okay.
So I know what Roxanne's going to ask. How did the license plate for that vehicle end up on your app, or did you somehow misread it?
No, listen. So he goes, "No, I'm not." He goes, "I saw you on the side of the road, and you looked like you needed help." So I go, "Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car." Over the phone, I was on speaker, and she goes, "You're on speaker." And I said, "Get out of the car." And I hear the driver go, "No, don't. It's okay. It's okay." And I said, "Just get out of the car." I just kept saying, "Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car."
All right, Chloe, stop for 1 second. Hold on. How the hell did this car? So it doesn't make sense. How did this?
Getting there. Dad, I'm getting there.
All right.
God, let her tell her story.
All right, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
So I heard her get out of the car, and she said that like after she gets out of the car, she goes,
All right, so the guy did stop the car.
"I don't know entirely. I hope so."
I mean, she didn't get out rolling on the street, right?
A little tuck and roll.
There's only
think so.
two ways
I
out of a
don't think
car.
so.
All right, go ahead.
Got out of the car. Then she goes, "He's following me." So I said,
Hold on. He starts. So she's out of the car now, and he keeps following her.
Yes. So I said, "Walk in the opposite direction, hide, try to lose him." And
What time of day was this, Chloe?
like 4 a.m.
Oh my
Oh, my
God! What
gosh.
the hell are you doing out at 4:00 in the morning? Nothing good happens after like 2 a.m.
Okay.
Some will revise that to nothing good happens after midnight.
Yeah, Mom says that.
Yeah, vampires, werewolves.
It's
Mom
10
is
p.m. in my house.
Mom is right. What time is it?
10 p.m. Nothing
All
good.
right, so Chloe, so what's the story here?
So let me continue.
Go ahead.
So then I told her to stay right where she was because I could see exactly where she was on Find My Friend on the iPhone. And so I ordered her an Uber back to our place. So finally she gets home. The next morning, we talk about it, and I'm like, "What the heck happened last night?" And so this is what happened. She remembered that she asked the initial Uber driver, the one I verified was, correct. She asked him if he could pull over for a second so that she could get out and throw up. And so he did, but then ended up driving away.
Oh my God! Oh, so she was. Oh my
How
God!
drunk do you guys get?
Holy crap! So she was originally in the right Uber.
Yes.
Oh my! And the Uber abandoned her.
So then my friend ended up getting in the next car that was not, going.
Just some guy driving at 4:00 in the morning in Manhattan.
The guy pulled over, and I kind of assumed that, maybe she thought because we had been drinking, so I think maybe she thought she ordered another car or that it was the original car that had waited for her.
No.
Holy crap. No, that was a rando that saw this attractive girl. I've never seen her. Is she attractive?
Yeah, she's so pretty.
All right. And it's 4:00 in the morning, and she gets out of the Uber to vomit. Then the Uber driver that you ordered takes off. Because, the last thing that Uber drivers and taxi drivers, they don't want a vomit person in the back. That's the worst thing.
That's what the Uber driver's thinking.
But still, to just drop someone off at 4:00 in the morning, that's awful. That could have been a serious. Hey, Chloe, she might have been murdered and hacked up on like Staten Island or something.
I know. I woke up the next morning and my heart kind of just like sank. Even when I found her, saw her location that night, I was like, oh my, I was freaking.
So how did she find? So you ordered her another Uber?
Mhm.
So I'm paying for all this crap?
Dad,
Dad?
I'm happy I paid for it. Like, would you rather?
All right, well, hold on. Let me ask you what. Did you contact Uber to have a credit issued for the ride where she got dumped off?
She paid for that one.
What?
She paid for that one. I helped her order it on her app.
So how did she pay? She ordered it on her app?
The first car, the Uber that was supposed
The one that dumped her off and just abandoned her, she paid for that one.
She paid for that one, but the one that I actually got her home in, I paid for.
All right, now listen, folks. Ultimately, the safety of my daughter and her friend, that's paramount. The only reason why I'm asking about payment is because if the Uber dumped you out, then you need to contact Uber, make a complaint, and get credit for that ride.
Well,
That's why I'm asking about the money, because when it comes to the safety of my daughter and her friend, money is no object.
Well,
but,
take it a step
but,
further.
But you shouldn't have to pay for Uber that dumps you off. You got to go get credit and make a complaint on that driver because that's unacceptable.
Well, two things there. Number one, God forbid something had happened to her. Would Uber then be responsible for dumping her in the middle of the street? But number two, I think that is like a preservation of your vehicle. I'm not excusing it. I wouldn't do that if I was an Uber driver. Definitely leave a poor girl there. But I think probably the Uber driver would come back at you and say she was throwing up in my car and I had to leave.
She asked to stop the car and to get out.
Right. I think she did the responsible thing.
She may not have even said, hold on or I'll be right back. I mean, think about it. Hey, can you pull the car over? I need to get out. He pulls the car over. You get out. He thinks the ride's over. And not trying to leave her or abandon her. He thinks it's over. The customer has to get out. She gets out, loses her lunch, and then comes back and doesn't see him or sees the next car.
Do you remember, and this was since we've been back, do you remember that I was in a New York City cab on a weekend, like maybe 2 years ago, and I was having a conversation with the driver, and he was like, oh, yeah, I don't want any Generation Z or millennials in my car on like Friday, Saturday nights after like 10 p.m., because they vomit in your taxi. Remember I played the audio?
Yeah.
I did an interview with the guy in the back of the cab, and he's telling me the story. I played that audio on the air, and, Uber drivers, taxi drivers, there's a certain clientele on certain nights that they're almost guaranteed to puke in your car.
But this girl checks off all the boxes for the clientele.
But you don't dump off a girl at 4 o'clock in the morning and then drive off.
What if what if he thought she wanted to end the ride? Stop the car. I need to get out.
She said she had to please stop the car.
She doesn't remember. She's drunk out of her mind, MJ. She's hurling.
All right, Chloe, the responsible thing, and I'm gonna be dad over here right now, and I'm not thrilled. You should have escorted your roommate home. Why did you not go home with her? Were you inebriated as well, or were you buzzed and just slightly better? What was your condition? Because at 4 o'clock in the morning, why didn't you first of all, why are you out at 4 o'clock in the morning, but you should have gone home with her?
I know I should have. In hindsight, I wish I would have. But I went to go get food. I was hungry.
Well, she has a good excuse.
Jeez. Well, that's unacceptable, and I don't like that answer.
Well, listen, the best laid plans are all good until somebody gets butchered up. And
you think, you kind of think to yourself, that is kind of something you say, well, I put her in an Uber, she's safe there. She goes, and good for Chloe for keeping an eye on the app.
I mean, she could have ended up like the sequel to the Gilgo Beach dude out there.
Stop.
You look like you're sick.
That's all I was thinking about, because he was.
Could you help me put this sofa into the back of the van?
Do you need a bucket?
Is your friend a big girl, like a size 16?
You need me to hold your hair back there?
Are you a size 16? Was she a great big fat girl?
Why don't you play dancing horses and I'll tuck my ween?
Roxanne, do you want to get in on the Jane Gunn impression?
Oh, wait. Was she some great big fat woman?
I just said that one.
That was good.
I know, but it was my interpretation.
It was Roxanne's version of it.
All right. Chloe, that is a scary as hell story.
I know.
And she has no idea. So she got out of the car. Did she jump out of the car while it was moving?
I really don't know.
Is she abrased?
No.
Like you guys need to maintain your drinking a little bit.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, thank you, Froggy. That's the most important thing here.
Yeah.
And where were you leaving from?
The Upper West Side, but like a little south, like 50th and around the river.
Okay.
Which river, the East or the Hudson?
the Hudson from on the west
Upper
side.
West. I thought you did say that. All right, Chloe, I got to run. But
You
man,
mean the Sully?
That's a hell of a story. Well,
And-
hey, that's not far from where Sully put down.
Should be called the
Yeah.
Sully.
And
It's a
she
hero.
saved her friend's life potentially. Who knows where that guy was
Oh,
going to take
sure
her?
he's
So
hero,
good for her
Chloe.
watching.
All
the
right,
films.
Chloe, I'll talk to you later. Please, can you get just a little more responsible?
I am very responsible. Okay, 1 second. Did you see that I went to omakase last night and then my waiter knew you?
What?
What?
You went to Japanese last? Who's paying for all this stuff?
Me.
All right, so you went.
With your card.
All right, so you went to Japanese food last night, and the waiter knew me.
So basically, I was sitting down and I recognized it was a new waiter, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, hi!" And she's like, "Hey, I'm new here," and I said, "Oh, where are you coming from?" And she said, "Orlando." And then I said, "Oh, that's very nice." And then I asked her how old she was because I had a suspicion maybe she knew if she was like a little like my age or older than me. And so she goes 24, and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, have you ever heard of the MJ Morning Show?" And she was like, "Yes." And I go, "That's my dad," and she was freaking out.
But we weren't on in Orlando.
We got all the way over to Orlando. You can listen to us in the parking lot of Disney.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
So she knew, yeah.
Oh, so she knew us?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great. Well, thank you. Tell her to listen to the podcast.
Okay, and then
All right, I got to run.
All right, Chloe.
Chloe, if you
Hey.
if you have another story, save it. All right.
Good job looking out for your friend.
All right, I got to run.
all right, bye.
All right, bye.
Jeez.
Holy crap!
What a babbler.
Is that Uber story crazy?
It really is. And actually, it's like kind of triggering all my memories of being blackout drunk when I was in my early 20s, and I'm lucky to be alive.
yeah, I mean, just
Hold on, you were
No.
blackout drunk in your
That's
20s?
what people do when they're in their early 20s.
Did you say
right?
you're lucky to be
I mean,
alive?
you put yourself. It just is like triggering a haze of bad decisions and blurry nights out in Ybor, and I'm thinking, gosh, I did a lot of stupid things when I was in my 20s too. Yeah.
Hey, a couple of things here. I mentioned this like an hour ago, and we just got a little tied up. I was a little reluctant to mention this because this is going to provoke Froggy into doing his Louis Anderson Family Feud impersonation.
No, why would I do that? No, I would never.
A former Family Feud contestant has been sentenced to life in prison for murdering his estranged wife.
Wow.
What the hell?
When was he on?
This was like in Illinois. A former contestant on television's Family Feud
What a coincidence. Look who's here.
was sentenced to natural life behind bars for the fatal shooting earlier this year of his estranged wife, Timothy Blyfnick.
All right, we got the Blyfnick family.
Convicted of first-degree murder
Wait, don't tell us.
and home invasion in February
Yeah, don't let us know how he did it.
in
because-
Quincy, Illinois.
We gotta go to the board.
We're not-
Let's
we're-
see how
we're-
this guy got murdered. Top answers on the board.
No, we're not doing
You got
this.
the Fester family.
We're-
We got the MJ family.
Where'd you get this wig?
What are you talking about? This is a wig. This is my natural
Froggy
hair.
just put a wig on.
This is my Louis Anderson wig.
Put a Louis Anderson wig
That
on.
looks nothing like Louis.
Put a
Anderson's
little
hair.
sweep on
I mean,
it.
this
you
is
know? All right.
This is a terrible story.
Welcome to the Feud. For the top answer on the board. How did this guy die?
Hold, wait a second.
Yeah.
No, he didn't die. His estranged wife.
How did his estranged wife?
No, I'm not making
kick
it. This is a terrible. I'm not making a game out of this. I'm not making a game. And also, hey, I'm about to suck the wind right out of Froggy's sails over
Let's
here.
go to
Okay,
the
but the
Blyfnick
music's
family.
playing.
We got the Blyfnick family. Let's go to the husband, Mr.
No,
Blyfnick.
no. It was not Louis Anderson. This happened with Steve Harvey. This happened.
Crap.
He was on Family Feud in 2020.
I'm always the host of Family Feud. What does that guy know? His teeth look like piano keys.
Are you going to go to the damn Blyfnick family or not?
Blyfnick family. Let's go
Guys,
for a
no,
guess.
I'm not playing the.
Louis, my name is Timothy.
I am not playing.
Hey, Timothy.
I am
I'm
not.
from-
I'm not playing Family Feud
Thanks
with
for
this.
coming to the Feud,
This is a
Timothy.
terrible
Yeah.
story. I'm not doing the feud.
I'm from Illinois.
All right.
My wife is a.
I'm not doing the feud
Tell
with
me
this.
about your wife.
No, I'm guys.
Looks like you got the.
I'm shutting off your microphones. I'm not doing the feud on this.
Louis Anderson's not happy
I'm-
about
My
this.
wife's a real bitch.
That is Fester.
What are you doing? That was.
He just Fester
I grabbed
grabbed
Roxanne's microphone.
Fester grabbed Roxanne's mic. Not,
guy's
guys, I'm not
aggressive.
making I'm not making a joke out of this.
Stop making
Literally,
it.
Tiffany,
Take off his
All
microphone.
right, anyway,
Timothy Blyfnick was on the show. We're not
I'm-
making a joke.
hang on. a
This is
minute.
history.
Andrew, you have actual audio from the show? from 2020? All right, roll. Let me hear this thing. Go.
Let me talk to 100 married people. What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding? Honey, I love you, but said I do.
Oh my God!
Wait, that was him.
That was oh my! All right, roll that. Oh, that's right. That's right. Because the story said that he said some very unfortunate words when he was on Family Feud.
That's true.
So Steve Harvey asks, "What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?" And he says, "Saying I do," and then ends up murdering her. What? All right, roll that one from the top. Hit it one more time.
Let me talk to 100 married people. What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding? Honey, I love you, but said I do. Not my mistake. Not my mistake. I love my wife. I'm going to get in trouble for that, aren't I? Yeah. It's going to be a lot of hell to pay at your house. Now, the only shot that this has of being maybe okay when at the watch party is as if it's on the board.
Yeah, it is.
And it's going to need to be like number 2 or 3. It's going to really be big.
Come on, go. You got this.
Because if it's number 7 and like only 2 people said it, that puts you in the butthole category. You ready?
I like that
to save
one.
my buddy Tim. Good answer. I do.
What number was it? What number? I can't see it. What number on the board? Andrew, what number on the board was it? Can you see it?
Went from I do to I die. You know?
Oh, wow. Man, that's...
Oh, man.
Oh, that, and then ended up murdering her. That's terrible.
Like I murdered the triple chocolate volcano chocolate.
Guy's going to do
cake.
life 3 times. Guy's going to do life in prison.
I found an Inside
Oh my
Edition report on it.
gosh.
A lot of video of him standing there with Steve. Look how happy he is.
This is weird.
Yeah, it's a weird story.
So why did he do it?
I guess the things went sour in the relationship. Because then
Is there other options?
in 2020 he said, I love my wife. So, all right, moving along. I've got to address...
What's that?
All right, Froggy, take the Louis Henderson.
Top 5 things he needs to address on the board.
I'll go.
I'm tired of your impressions.
All right.
I never get tired of
You know
Louis.
what? Fine.
But I might be getting myself into trouble here. You're not going to believe the timing on this, folks. And this is totally unintentional. I swear this is unintentional. It's 8:12 at the MJ Morning Show. Oh, don't forget also, coming up between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next MJ Trip a Day song to listen for. So between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next song. Listen for that song to play anytime before 6 o'clock tonight, guaranteed. When you hear it, be the 7th caller, and you'll win the latest Trip a Day from Q105 in the MJ Morning Show, and it's a 3-day staycation at Plantation at Crystal River. Beautiful, nice 3-day getaway. So a song coming up between 9 and 9:20. So I get an email yesterday, and amid all the emails complaining about where's the video link to the mystery package, I get, listen to this. I get an email. MJ, I'm watching MJ TV as I do every day, and I've noticed recently that your hair looks a little different, that the curls are just put together a little differently than usual. Are you doing something different?
Huh.
And this is from Leanne. So,
Okay.
Have you been putting your curls together differently?
well, it's very observational. I'm using a new hair care product, which I brought in. So,
What are you using?
hold on. Louis, stop it.
All right.
All right,
Stop it,
Louis.
Froggy. So, you're not going to believe this.
Okay.
Froggy has no idea this is coming.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Hang on a minute.
No.
You're not going to believe this. Hold on a minute. Hang on.
What do you think?
So
it is,
wait,
Roxanne?
don't say anything yet.
Roxanne.
Don't say anything yet. Leanne, yes. If you notice that my hair, the curls are a little different, I did start using a new product to manage my, because when I get out of the shower and my hair is wet, I got to put a gel in, because if I don't use a hair product in my hair, it gets totally frizzy, like I stuck my finger in an electrical outlet.
Right.
All right. So I've got to use some kind of gel. I started using a new brand, and Roxanne, why were you going, oh,
Do you have
no.
a guess? Do you know what
Oh,
brand?
no.
Well, I was afraid that it was that you used Well, no, that wouldn't make sense because we just
spit it out.
unboxed the package yesterday. But I was like, are you using what
No.
we unboxed?
No,
Roxanne.
no, not using
Butt
that.
lube?
All right, no, it's not some kind of lube. All right, are you ready? Leanne, I'm going to hold this up to the camera since you watch. This is crazy.
All right.
Why is this going to make someone mad?
No, it's not
I'm
going to make
mad.
anyone mad. I never
Okay.
said mad.
Oh, that's why my guess was butt lube.
Leanne, yes, I am using a new hair gel, and it's Pacino's.
Well, yeah! What? You're using my stuff? All right. It just hit the market a couple months ago. Yeah.
Is that really the name of it?
Well, I was in the lab for
Look at
months.
this. Look at this thing.
Is
It's-
it made by the guy?
It's Pacino's, Pacinos, Pacino's signature line.
It's my stuff.
And actually the company's in Boca Raton.
Boca Raton. That's the house where my factory is. I went down and put my lab coat on. Did all the testing. I mixed it up myself.
All right, so I'm on Pacino's men's group.
That's right.
So the only two impersonations that Froggy does are Louis Anderson
Yeah, that's right.
and Al Pacino.
Yeah. You know what's funny about this?
What?
You know what kind of hair gel I use?
Louis.
Fat Albert. Yeah.
What?
I use Fat Albert gel.
Albert, right here.
No, that's Louis Anderson.
Yeah, wait, you sound like Louis Anderson.
I'm sorry, Louis Armstrong.
No. This is Louis Armstrong. Hello, Al.
And let me hear Fat Albert.
Yeah, your impressions suck.
What? Mine suck.
Let me smell that stuff.
You
No,
are
I'm not touching. I'm not leaning.
Froggy.
I
You are,
usually just use duck sauce and Play-Doh. Works well.
you are a dead ass two trick pony, man. It was between Al Pacino and Louis Anderson.
What do you got, fat boy?
You're ripping on my Fat Albert.
But, all right, guys, stop. Can you believe that the hair stuff I'm using now is from Pacino's?
We got displays and Sally's. Where'd you get it?
Are you in Sally's? Did you buy it at Sally's?
No, I actually ordered this from Amazon.
Hair.
Yeah.
They have a whole line.
Yeah.
Pacino's signature line.
The stuff that works for me, they have a bunch of different hair products. The one that works for me, the one that I like, because I tried a bunch of different ones, and it's the pomade. How do you say Pomade? Pomade? Pomade?
It's pomade.
I mean, that's the
You
guy
missed the promotion. Usually we get free shoe lifts with every purchase.
MJ likes those.
So I'm holding it to the MJ TV camera right now. Free shoe lift.
Yeah.
I get free shoe lifts with every purchase.
Hoo-ah.
What does it
So-
smell like? The scent of a woman?
I'm blind. I can't see, but your hair feels great.
Hang on a minute. Roxanne, you want to know what it smells like?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. I think don't I have you on the sound wall?
Oh, come on.
Hang on a minute.
I
Hang
love
on,
these
hang on.
clips.
Watch this.
I'll take an extra inch.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's not it.
That has nothing to do with
that's
sex.
hang on, hang on,
I would in my
Hold on.
shoes.
Hang on a minute.
Listen.
I'll take an extra inch.
No,
Oh,
that's not
okay.
it.
Hang on a minute.
No.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I didn't take my clothes off.
Oh, hang on a
Yeah,
minute.
no,
Hold on.
that's not it.
no.
I like it rough.
Nope.
No, not that one.
Rub it off.
No,
Wait,
hang on.
where's that from?
Where's that one? Hang on a minute.
These are out of
All right.
context.
Oh, here it is.
I want to smell it.
There we go.
Yes.
I do.
That's the one.
Give it a good whiff.
Oh, hang on. I got another one.
Just when I was on a meth binge.
Would you like to smell it? Here, Roxanne, here, grab it. I'm not
So-
giving it to Froggy. He'll wreck it.
This is a new. What is it? A canister? A tube? A jar?
What are you saying? It's a new
Oh,
one.
you just bought it? It's a new product?
Spit it out, stupid.
Which one, me or him?
I started using it a week ago.
Okay.
Yes, so it
So-
is.
What made you buy it? Just the name?
No. Because,
It was recommended?
because I was using Kiehl's Creative Cream Wax, and Kiehl's can't seem to get their act together. So I've been trying different ones because you can't buy the Kiehl's crap anymore. I don't know what they did, whether their factory burned down or blew up or something.
I blew it up. I had the union do it.
So I found this Pacino's, and I like the product. It's very good. So
What's the matter? They ran out of De Niro's?
So screw you, Kiehl's. I found a replacement.
It smells woodsy and soapy at the same
All
time.
right, give me back my jar here of. Here we go. Thank you. All right. So there you have it.
Just in case you didn't know, I'm going to give you a little background about my brand.
I'm moving on, Froggy.
Pacino's pomade provides frizz control for a slick and smooth look. which may be ideal for straight, wavy, or coarse hair.
You're starting to sound like a redneck wrestler here. Okay?
This pomade has a flexible hold with a high shine, and I'll see you at SummerSlam.
It sounds like Hulk Hogan's gonna fight like Honky Tonk Man or something.
Oh my God.
Honky Tonk, man.
I got to move on. I got so much stuff. I got a lightning round a lot of stuff here on the MJ Morning Show. Again, folks, remember my small request to you. I've got a very small request. MJ 3 a day. As we're trying to grow the audience even more. Let me be serious here. I got contract negotiations coming up because I expire at the end of the year.
You're gonna die?
Stop it.
They're gonna embalm him in hair
listen,
gel.
if we jam up the audience numbers even more, it just helps with my contract negotiations. So, folks, I'm just asking you, the loyal MJ listener, to tell 3 people. It's MJ 3 a day. Tell 3 people to listen to the MJ Morning Show. Whatever they're listening to now, tell them to give us a shot that they're gonna love the MJ Morning Show. All right, moving along. So please, I don't ask for much from you. We're givers. We give you content every day. I'm just asking, please tell 3 people that might not listen to us to start listening to the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Make sure you tell them 104.7 FM so they know where to find it. All right, I got a lightning round, a bunch of things here. You're not going to believe this. I get a direct message last night. Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a direct message. It was just a comment. I get plenty of DMs. So my Instagram is Certified MJ Radio. And I encourage all of you to give me a follow on Instagram because I have a lot of stuff up there. You never know what's going to pop up. Certified MJ Radio. So yesterday, we were giving Fester a bunch of crap about his latest free breakfast squatting. And on the way to his RV job.
On Sunday, yes.
On the way to his RV gig, Fester stopped at the Hyatt place. Is that it? Is it?
Yes.
Is it Fowler?
I'm not going to. It's near USF. It's off of Fowler.
Fester just drops in, pretends he's a guest, and eats the free breakfast. And Fester even took a picture of himself eating a waffle.
Look good.
And I posted it, and I get all kinds of comments because this is Fester's racket. Fester goes to a variety.
It's one of my many rackets.
Fester's got a lot of rackets, and one of them is just finding the hotels, motels, Holiday Inns that have the free breakfast.
No, Holiday Inn Express.
Sorry.
Holiday Inns don't have free breakfast.
So
It'd be real picky.
Fester has a whole lineup of the hotels and motels
and Holiday Inn
that
Express
offer the free breakfasts, and Fester just drops in, pretends he's a guest, and eats.
Yeah.
And the last one he did was the Hyatt place on
near USF.
Fowler, near USF.
Fowler and I think 56. I don't know.
And there's on my Instagram, if you want to see Fester inside the Hyatt, not a guest on Saturday morning, eating a free breakfast, he's holding up a waffle. That picture's on my Instagram right now at Certified MJ Radio. I get a comment from Sheila G.
Okay. Oh, Sheila E's cousin.
Yeah, so it's not Sheila E, it's Sheila G. So
it's funny.
She says, "Hey, my stepson manages that hotel."
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Get out of here.
Oh my, unbelievable. Her stepson manages that hotel. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, the Hyatt Place. It's in Tampa between USF and Busch Gardens. It's actually on 30th Street, so it's 30th south of Fowler.
Sheila G. Oh yeah! All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Time to rock out, man. Pretend you're on the dance floor. Here's a little Sheila G on the MJ Morning Show. All right, I'm kidding. I'm not going to play the whole damn song. All right, but I sent a message back to Sheila G, and I said, hey, can we talk to your stepson and let him know that Fester's pilfering food at your hotel?
What is this?
What do you mean, what is this?
Trying to put me together on something, man? I don't want to talk to the assistant manager. Some stinking Hyatt place, although it was a fantastic breakfast.
You're screwed.
Maybe you could fill out a review or survey and give good positive feedback, write a review, and call it a day.
They have 1,300 reviews. It's 4.1 stars. It's a pretty good place.
Anyway, I would love to speak to the stepson manager of the hotel and see if he knows that you were in on Saturday eating free breakfast, not as a guest, just as a walk-in pilferer.
You want to know something crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not probably, but I might have said hello to the person because a big part of pulling this off is acknowledging the staff.
Hang on, let me see. Oh, so you like make eye contact like you're a happy customer?
You walk right in there, standing behind the counter.
Yeah. Room 212 was great last night. Great room. You guys did a great job with room 212.
Yep.
You ought to be very proud. 212. Yeah, 212.
We'll take that room again next time.
Room. And I'm just checking to see if Sheila G, to see if she wrote me back. Because I said, hey, can we get the phone number for your stepson? Because I'd love to talk to him on the show. Hang on, man. I'm looking to see if Sheila G got back to me yet. Yeah, I don't see her responding. Let me see if she responded in the regular waffle comments. There are already 48 comments. 48 people have commented.
If any other hotel managers want to, hang out at your breakfast buffet with me, just let me know.
No response yet from Sheila G. Come on, Sheila G, get back to me. Guess who's cracking down on pets? Think about this. I took a picture, I posted it, and I've seen this multiple times. You're just shopping, and people are just walking their dogs through the place like it's a dog park. It's where? Where is it? Come on.
Is it the mall?
Publix?
Publix,
okay, yes.
Well, after you gave the pub, it was kind of easy to figure out.
That's happening a lot. And Publix is now cracking down on that. Remember I mentioned that a couple of months ago, and I even took a picture of a woman just walking her dog. I mean, not a service animal, not a blind person with a guide dog from Southeastern Guide Dogs, a great organization. If you want to make a meaningful donation, folks, donate to Southeastern Guide Dogs. They train dogs for the blind and then place those dogs. All right? But no, just people are just walking their pets through Publix. And now Publix is cracking down. This comes from Boca News Now. Which is one of my top sources for information for the MJ Morning Show. Boca News Now, covering Boca Raton, Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, South. Anyway, apparently, here's their headline: Publix pet crackdown. New signs, enforcement to ban pets. Emotional support animals are not service animals. Banned from Publix supermarkets. Lying violates state statute. So if you lie that your dog is a service animal and it's not, apparently that's illegal in the state of Florida. Let me read the story. This is after months of BocaNewsNow.com publishing photos of Publix shoppers in Boca Raton, Delray Beach, Boynton Beach, and across South Florida bringing pets illegally into Publix. Publix is taking a stand. And listen, I've noticed this. I've brought this up on the show that people are just, again, taking their dogs for a stroll inside Publix. I've seen it half a dozen times. And, of course, whenever I go to Trader Joe's, I don't see dogs. I see South Tampa women in the tightest damn workout outfits that you can think of. Yeah. Now, that's not illegal to go to Trader Joe's like that. But is that like the thing? Women have to wear tight workout spandex outfits when walking around Trader Joe's in South Tampa? Yes. All right, anyway, back to Publix. So Publix is taking a stand. While window signs remind shoppers that it's illegal to bring anything but a true service animal into the store, the company is in the process of erecting huge signs at the front of each location. We have learned that managers have been told to involve local law enforcement if necessary to enforce statutes and laws. Customers may be charged with trespass if they illegally bring a pet inside and refuse to leave. The message, in a community where everyone believes they are entitled to a rule exception, the rules actually do apply. It's out of hand, said someone familiar with the situation, but not a direct employee of Publix. And it clearly struck a nerve. Dogs have no business being in a supermarket. You're going to see a big change. Federal law, as Publix states on its signage, prohibits pets from being in a supermarket or a restaurant. While the service animals are permitted, they are required to be trained service animals, not ESAs or emotional support animals, which are considered bogus. And just like what happened on the airplanes, you had all these people for years getting by on that whole bogus emotional support thing. Oh, yes, I'm all anxious and I've got this, I've got dysentery, I've got whatever. I need my emotional.
The dachshund really helps with the dysentery.
I need my emotional support out. And people were getting by with this. They had like phonied up certificates, phonied up doctor's letters.
Dude, you could buy a reflective leash.
They would buy the phony emotional support animal vest on eBay for $22 plus shipping. And it was a racket. Then the airlines, remember, the airlines cracked down a couple of years ago, and you just don't see these bogus emotional support animals. They have to be bona fide, documented service animals. I would see like 2-3 dogs on every freaking flight because people, they figured out the scam. You don't have to put your dog in a carrier under the seat if it fit. Or larger dogs, you don't have to put them underneath the plane in a crate and have to pay sometimes hundreds of dollars. And people were just doing the emotional support animal racket. And the airlines, it was so out of hand. I was once on a plane where I had 4 freaking dogs. And I love dogs. And I don't mind the dogs. It's just I don't like the racket. I don't like the scam. But I was once on a Delta flight where within one row of me, like in front and behind and like the next row over across the aisle, I had 4 dogs that were all phonied up emotional support animal dogs. And now Publix is cracking down. So this is according to Boca News Now.
It's breaking news down in Boca.
Breaking news from Boca News Now. They're saying that Publix is going to start really cracking down on this. Airlines stopped permitting the emotional support animals over the past 2 years, as I've said, and they continue to be controversial. So heads up. Publix did not respond to requests for an official comment, but BocaNewsNow.com readers who send photos of apparently rude shoppers with dogs on a daily basis cheer the crackdown. It's about time, wrote one reader. Publix became a zoo. And I'm thinking...
Oh, come on. That's a bit
Well,
much.
hang on. I'm thinking that it probably got even worse. Because let's face it, you get over to West Palm and, Palm Beach Gardens, you get down a little further south to Boca Raton. I think that the entitlement goes up dramatically on the east coast of Florida versus the west coast. But we had a problem here, but it is even worse apparently over there. And Publix apparently is saying enough is enough.
Publix should make like an all-dog supermarket somewhere in the area. Like right next to Froggy's house, like in Town and Country.
No. All dogs, all the time. You like that?
Yeah.
When I was in Publix as a superstar bag boy,
Yes.
there was always a guy that came in with a snake around his neck like every weekend.
That
He
guy's
was a
just...
snake guy.
Yeah, that guy used to see him at the mall with a parrot on his shoulder. You ever see
Same
seriously?
guy?
No. I'm just saying.
That guy.
It's like it's
The same
that
guy.
guy.
That guy.
But you'd see those folks just walking around, the parrot on the shoulder, the snake around the neck. I had one guy I saw with he was at like some festival with a chinchilla coming out of his crotch.
That guy.
At least I thought it was a chinchilla.
Pet it. It's okay. Come
Thought
here.
it was a
You can pet
chinchilla.
him. He's friendly.
JD, the Titanic guy. We got to call him.
Oh, no, this guy?
Oh, what time is it?
It's 8:30.
All right, let me call Jay. Yeah, there's a story out. Now, we've covered this guy multiple times.
He is a character.
But there's a new story out. He just did an interview with Creative Loafing.
Right.
JD, the Titanic guy, he collects Titanic VHS tapes. And he wants the world's biggest collection. Now, we last spoke to him and he had 1,800.
So he had to have gotten his record. He wanted what, like 2020 or something like that? Or?
Hey, Andrew, you haven't told me. I got all kinds of calls on hold here. What am I taking phone calls? I see all kinds of calls on hold. What am I doing here?
I wasn't sure if you're going to take calls or not.
Okay, hold on
right.
a minute.
Oh.
Hang on, let me grab some calls on this, but you didn't tell me. Parrot.
No, her name is Susan.
I'm sorry. Susan.
Welcome to the show.
Susan in Trinity wants to talk about a parrot. Hello, Susan. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
First off, NJ, welcome back. I've missed you so much. You are awesome, and I love Fester. He's the man.
Who says that?
Now,
right.
hold on,
That's right.
Susan. How long have you known that we were back on the air?
It took me, I've known for a while now, but it took me maybe 2 months. I kind of heard someone say that you were back on the air. I'm like, no way. And then I went on Q105, and there you were. I'm like, oh, my God, it's MJ. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Susan. All right, so what do you see at Publix?
Okay, no lie. This was maybe 3 weeks ago, and a woman walks in with a parrot. I'm in Trinity. Walks in Publix at the Trinity location like she had the best thing ever, and she's walking around Publix and the bakery with this, and it's not like a little parrot. The tail was probably 3 feet long, and she's going around smiling, looking for the attention, and everyone's like going up to her. It took me a lot. I wanted to just go up and just do, oh my gosh, just to startle it.
Oh, great.
Make it fly into the produce section.
Flies to the fan.
Correct. But MJ, here's what I think the problem is,
Yeah.
because it's a big problem in this area, is that people go up to it and are petting it. I get it. You're a dog person. Everybody knows I'm not. You have a leash, that's great, but it's too much in a store because let's admit they have accidents. And I love when the owners say, my dog would never bite you, and then it does. It's crazy.
Well, the question is, why would somebody walk into Publix with a freaking parrot on their shoulder? It just doesn't make any sense.
Because
That's nuts.
they're awesome.
No, it doesn't make. Hey, Susan, thanks for listening and thanks for calling in.
Absolutely. Have a great day, guys.
You too. All right, folks, we're going to have to play a little game here. We're going to have to play Pick That Sound Effect. I've got a story. We're going to have to pick the sound effect to go with the story, and we'll get to that in just a moment. So hold on. Let me call JD quickly. JD is the Titanic guy, and this guy's a character.
Oh, God.
I love calling this guy. This guy has the largest collection of double VHS sets of Titanic on VHS in the world.
Amazing.
And we've had him on a couple of times, but he's just done a new interview.
Titanic.
Jesus, can you say hi?
No, I love this guy. JD, the Titanic guy, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm just checking in because I saw you did a new interview with Creative Loafing, and now you've set a goal for 1 million copies of the Titanic movie set on VHS.
Oh, yeah! 1 million, baby!
All right, so JD, the Titanic guy, who lives right here in St. Petersburg, JD, when we last spoke to you, you had broken your goal. Didn't you want like 1,800 originally?
1997, the year the movie came out.
Oh, that's right. You wanted 1997, the year the movie came out. So you've exceeded that goal, and now you have how many copies?
2121. Oh, yeah!
2,120.
Got a ways to go.
Hey, what is the difference between the Titanic double VHS set in the gold or copperish cardboard box versus the light blue?
Light blue standard gold is that wide screen, and everyone knows that wide screen makes me want to scream.
This guy, we gotta have him on the show once a week.
So I don't know about all that, but listen. So JD, how many people send you stuff to your PO box? I mean, how many of them have you acquired that way?
We average about 2 packages a day, so it's nonstop Titanic galore.
That's great. Wow. And are you really setting a goal for 1 million?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to rebuild Titanic out of Titanic on VHS.
like Legos. You want to build a life-size Titanic out of Titanic VHSs?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. You realize that it's quite a jump to get from 2,121 to 1 million, right?
Oh, yeah, but James Cameron set his goals, and I can do the same exact thing, baby!
You know, it's so funny you mentioned James Cameron. I was wondering, has he or anybody from his team or his staff reached out to you?
Oh, not yet, but we are so incredibly close. Oh, my goodness!
Sound like Blippy.
JD, listen, you can call us anytime you want, buddy.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right, we'll check in with you later on, man.
Well, give out your P.O. box.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
All right. So, folks, if you have a double VHS set of Titanic, now how many different colored boxes are there? How many different versions are there?
Oh, there is 3 main. You got that standard, the widescreen, and the collector's edition.
So standard is blue, widescreen is gold. What is there a third color?
It's also blue, but it's a big box. And it comes with a film strip and some pictures of the movie. And, of course, that Titanic on VHS.
All right, fantastic. All right, so if somebody wants to send you their copy of Titanic on VHS to help you get to the goal of 1 million copies, how do they get a hold of you?
Oh, I got my P.O. box, 5355 Largo, Florida. You know what it is.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to have Fester write this down. So people can send you the VHS to P.O. Box, say it again?
5355.
You couldn't get 1997?
I tried, but no way.
All right, so give me the P.O. Box again.
P.O. Box 5355.
Largo, Florida, and what's the zip code?
33779.
All right, so send your VHS double copies to JD and put a little note that you listen to the MJ Morning Show. All right, JD, great to have you on, buddy.
Good luck.
All right, salute Captain Smith if you see him.
All right, and then what are you going to be watching tonight?
Titanic on VHS.
All right, see you later, man.
All right, see ya.
See you, buddy.
Bye.
Oh, man,
Guy has a mental.
You know,
I love that guy's the best. Guy's funny as
Does he
hell.
ever break
So MJ,
character or whatever?
Yes.
what are you doing Friday?
I don't know.
Let's pick a day after the show. He lives in
Go
Largo.
to his house
He
and
lives
just
in
watch
Largo.
3 hours of Titanic.
What if after the show we all went to his house, then we went to Sardo's for lunch with
What
him?
if we do a listener party in his front yard?
He'd probably
and we
love it.
set up a big screen and we invite listeners over. And I bring my shave ice machine.
Don't they have that thing? We get too many people for his front yard. We need to go down to that new, is it called the Sound?
To the
or something?
Sound. Yeah, let's rent out the Sound.
Just to airtight
Show Titanic on VHS, baby.
VHS.
I love this guy.
Oh, he's the best. All right, so we got to pick the right sound effect here. All right, the lady got injured, but I'm sorry, there's a little bit of humor here. You've heard of Italy, right?
Italy, like Italy, but it's eating.
Italy. So Italy started in New York, and Italy is in the old toy building right near the Flatiron building, right around 23rd Street and Broadway area, or Fifth Avenue and 23rd. That's where you have Italy. And Italy is that indoor, like, Italian marketplace and little restaurants and all kinds of stuff in there.
Okay.
And Italy expanded. There's also, there's also an Italy in Boston. Listen to this. A woman fractured her left ankle during a trip to the Italian food emporium, Italy, Eataly. It's a play on Italy and eating, so it's Italy. And this was the Boston location. She slipped, fractured her ankle, and she's blaming her injury on prosciutto.
She slipped on a prosciutto.
She slipped on a slice of prosciutto. Alice Cohen was heading to an area where food samples are distributed to customers. She slipped on a piece of prosciutto and fell. According to the lawsuit just filed in Suffolk Superior Court in Boston. Alice Cohen sustained bodily injuries, a loss of enjoyment of life, pain and suffering, and incurred necessary medical expenses for medical care and attention. All right, listen, I'm sorry about her slip and fall, her broken ankle, whatever is going on in her life. I feel bad, but there is something a little funny about slipping on prosciutto.
Yeah, it's like the banana
something
peel.
about
It's like the proverbial banana peel in a cartoon. So I have loaded disc 1 of the 4 CD set of Hanna-Barbera sound effects.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, let's see if we can come up with the best sound effect of a woman slipping on prosciutto at Italy in Boston. What do you think? Let me start with track 1, cut 1. This might take an hour. All right, here we go.
All right, let's play it.
All right, here we go.
Nope.
No, that's like Fred Flintstone's feet
Too
pedaling. Nope, that's Fred Flintstone running away. No.
No, that's like
That's
a Wile E. Coyote or something.
Hold on.
No.
No, almost.
No.
That other one.
No.
No. No, that's running. Yeah.
All right, stop.
What?
You're in the zing
I'm in the running and zing
yeah,
part.
We
Hang
don't
on.
need the takeoff zing.
All right, hang on. Let me go to another.
She's just walking or tiptoeing in high heels.
Hang on. Let me go to track 2. Oh, you know what? The first part of that was good.
If you
need a crash. You need the and then a hold on. All right, so let me go to track 2. Let me see if I can get a good prosciutto slip sound. Hang on.
Nope.
Oh, that was not bad.
It's not a slip sound.
That was kind of a slip sound. Hang on. Here we go. Track 2 again. Here we go. That was pretty good.
That's like a boomerang sound.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
All right, hang on a minute. Here we go. Oh, that's like a slip and a crash. That was pretty good.
I need a bigger slip.
No, that's an air. That's an airplane crash.
Next.
Oh, that's a good crash sound though. Let me go to track 3. Hang on. Here we go. Here's track 3. Oh, that's good. That's a good prosciutto slip and fall, right?
It's not the best.
There are 4 CDs. Oh, that's not bad.
That's a good one.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
All right, you're saying that's not bad to all of them. All right, there has to be some line of delineation of what is good and what isn't.
Can you believe I'm only on track 3? There are like 10,000 of these famous Hanna-Barbera sound effects. Let me go to track 12. Let me see what the hell's on track 12. Here we go. All right, how about track 13? Oh, the famous bone bite. Oh, the gulping? Anyway, you know what? One morning, we ought to just put the CDs on and just do 4 hours of it. Just play 4 hours of sound effects.
That'd be awesome.
Would that be great?
That should be our next best of show.
Yeah. All right, you got the MJ Morning Show at 8:47. Folks, this concludes an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're about to hit 9 o'clock. It's 8:47 now. We're back with another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show. When we get back between 9 and 9:20, we're going to give you the next MJ Trip a Day song title. It'll happen between 9 and 9:20. I'll give you what song to listen for. That song's going to play sometime before 6 o'clock during the workday, guaranteed. And when you hear it, be the 7th caller, and you'll win the latest Trip a Day, which is a 3-day staycation at Plantation on Crystal River. Very nice getaway. So you like a little getaway, a little vacation? Courtesy of the MJ Morning Show in Q105. First step is to hear what song title you're listening for, and we'll give it to you coming up next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Folks, there is a better Mercedes-Benz experience out there. And that better experience is going to be Field's Motor Cars in Lakeland for Mercedes-Benz. Whether you want brand new, whether you want to get a great certified pre-owned, whether you want to buy or lease, I'm telling you right now that there's a better opportunity to get a great price. There's a better opportunity to have an overall better experience. There's a great opportunity to have an awesome service experience, and that's going to happen at Fields Motor Cars for Mercedes-Benz in Lakeland. think Marky Mark wants to forget those times, but he's going to be in town. He's doing a promo for Lucan's.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, for his product.
For his tequila.
Yeah, and I was actually invited.
I'll take your
I was actually.
tickets.
Well, I'm probably going to go. I mean, so he's going to be in town doing a Lucan's promo for Mark Wahlberg's tequila. I think he's a pretty cool guy. I mean, I've
You
always
follow him on IG. He's awesome.
Yeah,
You know what time that guy gets up to work out?
3:30 in the morning.
2:30 in the morning.
Well, it depends. What is that? Is that standard time or is that daylight saving time? All right.
There's a whole thing online where
Yeah.
you can see his routine. He goes to bed at 6:30.
Yeah. Lucan's has a great operation. Have you seen the new Lucan's store in South Tampa?
It's a huge store.
It's like the Midtown store. It used to be a Rooms to Go Kids, if I'm not mistaken, and now it's right near. What is it? Just north of Kennedy on Southdale Mabry, just south of Midtown. That new Lucan's store is gorgeous. It's fantastic. Hey, we have a Mountain Dew alert.
All right.
What's happening with my favorite drink?
We have a Mountain Dew alert on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. I don't know if this works, but a woman here in Florida doused herself in Mountain Dew to get rid of DNA after murdering her roommate.
Does that work?
Is this in some kind of like how to get away with murder handbook? Douse yourself with Mountain Dew? Now, does Diet Mountain Dew work, or what about the Code Red? Is that a Mountain Dew? Code Red Mountain Dew? Man, you can't make this crap up. This is from Fox 35 in Orlando. So Fox 35 Orlando has this story about this Daytona case. A Volusia County woman suspected of killing her 79-year-old roommate allegedly doused herself in Mountain Dew to erase possible evidence on her body?
Well, she heard it rots teeth, and that's going to just eat enamel away. Might just eat DNA away too.
Eat that DNA right away. She poured Diet Mountain Dew all over her body when police told her they were going to collect her DNA as part of the investigation.
Hey, Froggy Caruso here.
Yes.
Looks like this is turns out to be a sticky situation.
Dude, you got to give me time to find it. Can you give me the line again?
Looks like this crime was a sticky situation.
Dude, you got to give me time to find it.
Fester Caruso, do you have anything?
Hey, Andrew, can you turn the CSI stinger into red, please? Please turn that red so I know where to find the damn thing. Yeah, so whenever David Caruso on CSI Miami would deliver like one of his one-liners.
Yes.
And, of course, that launched the show into the show intro. Yeah. Or maybe something like, looks like she wanted to do the do.
That was really good, MJ Caruso. Really good.
You got another one, Froggy?
That's Fester Caruso?
Looks like she had to quench her thirst for blood.
Nobody?
That'd be Code Red Mountain Dew right there.
Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, but what is wrong with people?
Roxanne Caruso? Anything?
Looks like she wanted
Rougher.
freshness in a can. Doesn't work.
You don't get it. No, that doesn't launch.
That actually sounds delicious.
It looks like she wanted freshness in a can.
That doesn't launch the
You're
intro.
just describing
a
drink of water.
So she pours the Mountain Dew all over her body. Her DNA was later found on the handle of the bloody knife, so it didn't work. Nicole Marks, 35, killed her 79-year-old roommate, was booked into the Volusia County Jail on August 5th. The charges of first-degree murder, tampering with evidence. Yeah, you pour Mountain Dew all over your body thinking you're going to destroy DNA evidence. They're going to whack you with... I'm guessing that tampering with evidence is the least of her concerns as far as charges go.
All right, according to the police report, it was Diet Mountain
Yeah, no,
Dew.
that's what I did.
Okay.
I already said that.
Wait, you said with Code Red. I got to look.
No. I already said Diet Mountain Dew. But
That's good.
That's a pretty nutty story.
Looks like it was Diet. Mountain Dew, you didn't let me finish.
Well, how long are you going to drag on? Die.
Mountain Dew. die.
That sucked.
Yeah.
Delta Airlines and other airlines, they like to juice up the bounty when a flight is oversold. Have you been in the waiting area when they say, hang on a minute.
Oh no.
I gotta get the PA system here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Delta Flight 1176 to Tampa. Folks, we're in an oversold situation. If there are any passengers that would like to give up their seat on today's flight, take a later flight. We have a $500 Delta voucher for you.
Oh, God. We're going down. Security. Swarm.
All right, that's happening all the time. And we've heard of cases where some airlines have gone up to like $10,000. Remember, we had a story like a year ago.
It was a quick flight or something.
Was it Delta or United? It was one of the big airlines. And the actual offer to give up your seat went up to like $10,000. It was like nuts. So I've been on multiple flights where they've oversold the flight. They're trying to get volunteers to take another flight, a later flight, the next flight, whatever. And sometimes if you got to stay, they'll offer you accommodations like hotel, food vouchers, plus a travel voucher, whatever. There is video of essentially Delta Airlines auctioning off $700 to $1,200 vouchers for passengers to be bumped off the flight. And this has since gone viral, but this happened to Michelle just on, what day did Michelle come? Sunday. Michelle was up in New York again, and Michelle came back on Sunday. But this is just bizarre what happened. And from a business standpoint, it just doesn't make any sense. So I want to play this audio here, and this is of the Delta auction. And then I'm going to tell you what happened to Michelle on Sunday. Listen.
Please see me at the podium. And this time I'm offering $700, ladies and gentlemen. Offering $700. $1,100, ladies and gentlemen. $1,100. I said $1,100. Pittsburgh. I'm speaking to Pittsburgh passengers. You're not from Pittsburgh, sir. And you're not going to Pittsburgh. $1,200, ladies and gentlemen. $1,200. $1,200, you will receive your compensation in the form of a gift card, American Express, MasterCard, Visa, Amazon, Best Buy, Airbnb, just to name a few. It's your choice.
So they're offering these gift cards to give up your seat on the flight because they're in an oversold situation. So that went from $700 to $1,200 very quickly.
It's quite a jump, yeah.
Now, let me tell you what the deal is here. If you're in the waiting area, you're in the gate area, and they're oversold and they make the announcement, don't be the dumbass bonehead that raises their hand right away for like a $150 voucher. No, you hold out. Do not raise your hand. The number is going higher and higher and higher. It's going to be like the Price is Right mountain climber game.
Right?
Yeah, $200, $300, $400, $700. $1,000, $1,200, $2,000. Give up your seat on the flight. But let me tell you why this sort of reminds me of what happened to Michelle. So that video's gone viral of the guy just trying to really do like an auctioneer and $700, $800, $1,000, $1,100, $1,200. So Michelle was flying back from New York on Sunday morning, and Michelle was booked on the 11 a.m. flight. It was like 11:07, leaving LaGuardia, flying back here to Tampa on Delta. And Michelle said, there's a 7 a.m. flight, and I'm going to try to see if I can just move to the 7 a.m. flight. The 7 a.m. flight apparently had plenty of seats. Do you know what they wanted to charge Michelle just to change from the 11 a.m. flight to the 7 a.m. flight with plenty of seats?
A couple $100?
$300.
Wow.
They wanted a $300 fee to change. Guess what happened? Michelle gets to the gate. She said, screw that. I'm not paying $300. Michelle gets to the gate at LaGuardia for the 11 a.m. flight, and they're in an oversold situation, and they're offering people $500, $600, it went up to $800 apparently to give up your seat.
Oh, my God.
So I mean, what's wrong with their computer? What's wrong with their algorithm? You have a passenger that wanted to volunteer to move to the earlier flight, and it would cost them nothing. So that's one seat that would have been available on Michelle's 11 a.m. Delta flight. And when she checked in, they wanted $300 to move her flight. But instead, they gave up an $800 travel voucher or gift card. It just doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense.
That makes lousy business sense, is what I'm trying to point out here. It is 9:12 at the MJ Morning Show. We are just moments away, as you know, when it comes to the MJ Trip a Day. We give you the song to listen for between 9 and 9:20. So at any moment now, I'll tell you what song to listen for on Q105, guaranteed to play before 6 p.m. During the workday, guaranteed to play. I'll tell you what the song is. And then, of course, when you hear that song, just be the seventh caller, and you'll win a 3-day staycation at Plantation on Crystal River. So it's going to be a lovely little getaway, and that's going to happen momentarily. Is there any update as far as the house explosion? Now, this story gets so weird. It gets weirder and weirder, and I'm talking about this. That is, folks, that is chilling beyond belief. That is the house blowing up in Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, a Pittsburgh suburb. And I'm heartbroken. There's an aspect here. First of all, you had like 5 people are dead.
Yeah.
You got a bunch injured. Do you know that a father and son were just walking by on the sidewalk when the house blew up and they were killed?
That's terrible.
Can you? I mean, I'm heartbroken. When I saw that, my heart sunk to my stomach. I'm like, oh my God. And we're talking about the horrifying video. We posted this yesterday. It was from a Ring doorbell down the street, and you see this house getting blown. This is a big house in a nice suburban neighborhood, and the house is blown to kingdom come. A 38-year-old father and 12-year-old son were walking by the house, and this is insane. He worked for the local gas company, for People's Gas. I mean, what?
What?
Yes. He was actually a People's Gas employee.
That's horrific.
Yeah, it really is.
But they're saying it's not a gas. Well, early reports were it was not a gas explosion. I don't know how that can be. Unless the guy had, 3 tons of dynamite in the garage. Or he had a Timothy McVeigh U-Haul parked in the driveway. I don't know. I don't understand this. So, I mean, how sad is this? A guy, a 38-year-old, walking by with his 12-year-old son, and the house blows up and just takes them out instantly. The house on Rustic Ridge Drive in the Plum Borough outside of Pittsburgh blows up on the doorbell camera. Plum Police Chief Larry Conley said the Allegheny County Medical Examiner has determined that 4 adults and 1 child died from the explosion. 2 of the dead identified as Casey Klontz and his son Keegan, 12 years old.
I can't. Fester has the photo of them up. It's so sad. I can't.
Just going for a walk around the block. Stopping by, visiting with neighbors.
At least 2 other homes were destroyed. So the home that blew up, then the 2 homes next door were obliterated. About a dozen other homes were damaged. Casey and Keegan, who lived on nearby Brookside Drive, were at a house when it exploded. They were at a house on that street. I guess they were walking outside when it exploded. I guess they were going to visit neighbors. Casey, who worked for People's Gas. Are you kidding me? It looks like a gas explosion. It's going to take a while for them to determine what caused the explosion. I'm just so saddened by this story. 2 other people released from the hospital. What a crazy story. Hey, you want to talk about getting blindsided?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was.
This is
you like this segue?
I had no idea this was the situation.
Nobody knew until yesterday.
What an idiot.
None
of us knew.
We all got blindsided yesterday. Everyone did.
But when you hear the word conservatorship, you think of Britney Spears or somebody who's crazy or something like that.
Apparently, they made Michael Orr look like he was like mentally incapacitated and was slow, and that wasn't the case. He said that. All right, if you don't know the story, folks, the big clue and tip-off is, hey, I was blindsided. This whole The Blind Side story is insane. Former NFL player Michael Orr, the whole inspiration behind the Academy Award-winning film starring Sandra Bullock.
Didn't she win an Oscar for that?
She did. It was an Academy Award-winning film. She won Best Actress, I believe. The Blind Side, and we were all blindsided because Michael Orr, the inspiration of The Blind Side, alleges in a petition filed in Tennessee in court yesterday that he was never legally adopted by the family, but he was tricked into signing a conservatorship that benefited the whole the Toohey family.
So they could make money off him, but they weren't really his parents.
Apparently, they made millions off of him. So he's now suing. This whole story gets flipped upside down.
Stupid Sandra Bullock.
No, Sandra Bullock has nothing, and it's not Bullock.
She was in the movie. She fell for it.
Dude, it's not her fault, Froggy.
I blame her.
It's all Sandra's fault. If they would never have made this movie, this would never be happening.
Stop it. The filing reveals that Orr discovered that he was never legally adopted by Sean and Leigh Ann Toohey in February of 2023 and alleges that he was tricked into entering a conservatorship after his 18th birthday, which basically gave them complete control over all of his, NFL earnings and all that stuff.
What a scam.
Wow.
So I don't know that they stole money from his NFL salary, but they sold the rights to his story.
The lie of Michael's adoption is one upon which co-conservators Leigh Ann Toohey and Sean Toohey have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward, the undersigned Michael Orr, according to the document. Michael Orr discovered this lie to his chagrin and embarrassment in February of 2023, a couple of months back, when he learned that the conservatorship to which he consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the Toohey family, in fact, provided him no familial relationship with the Tooheys at all.
What scam artists?
Wow, this is crazy. I mean, in just 9 years, he attended 11 schools, repeated 2 grades. According to the petition, the Tennessee Department of Human Services took custody of Orr in 1996. His attorneys claim that he was left to live on the streets because of a broken social system. Anyway, we all know the basic story, and this whole thing has been flipped on its side. This is absolutely nuts. The movie, I think, made like $300 million.
I remember my wife and mother-in-law wanted to see this.
Yeah, he got no money from the movie. It inspired that book. What's the author of the book who wrote also like Moneyball and what's all?
I interviewed him. I should know.
What's
I
his
can't
name?
Think of his name.
So there was.
Look him up quickly, would
Michael,
you please? Just look him up.
Kuzmano?
No. But the movie made
Michael Lewis.
Michael Lewis. He bring up all the books he wrote. He wrote The Blind Side.
And the movie was based off of
off the book. Michael Lewis, because he's got a whole. When you hear what Michael Lewis has written, he's written a lot of Wolf of Wall Street, right?
Yes.
Didn't he write that as well?
I think he did.
Bring up his whole list of books. So the movie made $300 million. Also, you've got Michael Orr saying that in The Blind Side he was portrayed as being like learning disabled. He's not. So, I mean, what a mess this thing is.
A couple things I want to bring up before I tell you about the books that Michael Lewis has written. Don, the IT guy, just sent us an article, and this is Toohey's response. This is the dad. Okay, he's a 63-year-old restaurateur. He said that Orr required the conservatorship to enroll him at Ole Miss in 2005, and then it says the Toohey family adopted Orr after spending years as a homeless child, but he says they weren't able to adopt. Sean retorted that they could not adopt him at 18, hence the need to sign the conservatorship.
All right.
So that's his response.
All right, so
to this
Michael
all.
Lewis wrote The Blind Side, and what else? Do you have his whole list of books?
Liar's Poker.
Oh, yeah, The Liar's Poker.
There you go. The Big Short.
The Big Short.
A Wall Street Revolt. Flash Boys.
Did he write Wolf of Wall Street?
Was that what Wolf of Wall Street was based on?
I don't
know.
know. Maybe I'm making a mistake.
Maybe
Anyway,
you're conflating.
He's written a lot of stuff. So I wonder if that's going to come back to bite him at all and his credibility. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm running just a few minutes late here. Let me give you the Trip a Day song. Are you ready for today's Trip a Day song? This is it. You want to listen for Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. So Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. What does that sound like? I don't know if I've ever heard that song. Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. All right, I got a clip here because I've never heard this before. Let me
I think they play a drum beat at the beginning of the song. Just listen for that.
Never heard of that. All right, I'm kidding. Of course I have. All right, so that's the song. It's guaranteed to play before 6 o'clock today. When you hear it, be the seventh caller, 800-990-1047, and you'll win a staycation to Plantation on Crystal River. So heads up, that's the song of the day for the MJ Trip a Day song. Eye of the Tiger, Survivor, guaranteed to play today. And it could happen anytime from this point on, but guaranteed before 6 o'clock. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When we get back, we have a loaded final chunk of the program, including a quiz. What's better for you? Alcohol, marijuana, or tobacco?
Is all of the above an option?
So what's better for you? That's just one of the things coming up. Oh, and then a streetcar named Desire. Maybe not so much in downtown Tampa coming up, but we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Man, we got a lot of stuff in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next here on Q105. Stand by. Hey, if you care about your money, well, you're going to want to get a hold of my friend Steve and Elizabeth Holland from the Holland Group Retirement.
105.
Just do me a favor. I'm asking for just a small favor, and that's for you just to tell 3 people today or tomorrow. Just tell 3 people to check out the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Maybe they'll listen to something else. Maybe they don't know we're back on the air. Tell 3 people to listen to the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hey, even tell them like some of the things you heard today that you liked or any given day. And if you could tell 3 people a day, that's even better. Because while our audience is large, I'm trying to make it larger. Like Leon is getting larger, is what I'm trying to do. Hey, where's Froggy? I need Froggy for this. Froggy's not in the room. Hey, Andrew, can you yell for Froggy, please? I need Froggy in the room.
He may have forgotten that we don't play a song here anymore.
We've been doing that for several months, like over a year, right?
No, it's not over a year.
Like a month.
It's like maybe a month and a half or so.
Feels like a year.
Yeah. So before the break, I teased this. What's better for you? Alcohol, cannabis, or tobacco? What's the worst thing for you? What's the best thing for you?
Of those 3.
Out of those 3. Now, notice there's no heroin on here. There's no fentanyl. There's no trank. All right?
I think I know the answer.
Yeah.
I think I know the answer.
Froggy, come on. You're just leisurely walking in here. You're like delaying us.
On the phone.
We've been back for 2 minutes.
Wait a minute.
I need you in the room for this.
I was going for like 120 seconds. Big deal.
All right.
2 minutes. Oh, wait, this is 2 minutes.
All right. Alcohol versus cannabis versus tobacco. So alcohol, pot, or regular tobacco. Doctors answer the question, which is the worst for you?
So for slamming all 3 into your body.
I think I know.
In nearly half the United States, all 3 are actually legal. Alcohol is legal, tobacco is legal, and marijuana is legal in a lot of places now, whether it's medical or recreational. However, you got 3 substances here, and the question is, what about health effects? The question was asked of 3 doctors around the country about alcohol, marijuana, and cigarettes, and how they rank when it comes to health.
Oh, man.
All 3 doctors agreed on which is best. First off, they had few conditions. it is difficult to conclusively rank them in order of their risks since there have been no major randomized controlled head-to-head trials among substances, said Dr. Michael Glickman, a Washington, D.C. family medicine doctor and a weight loss expert. He added that the amount you consume of each substance also greatly impacts your risk of bad effects. This is according to The Hill. So The Hill newspaper out of D.C. wrote the story. Dr. Arnand Akhil, a behavioral health doctor with Cleveland Clinic, a very esteemed and well-known operation, pointed out that each individual has their own factors of risk based on family history. But here is the bread and butter. Here's where the rubber meets the road. When it comes to generalizing for the average person, Dr. Akhil says that alcohol is the worst.
Oh, poor alcohol gets a bad rap.
Followed by tobacco, leaving marijuana the least. Alcohol is linked to over 200 health conditions and diseases damaging every organ system in the body. Depression, anxiety, dementia, cancers, heart and liver disease, and bone disease can all result from alcohol consumption. Similarly, tobacco is largely connected to serious cancers, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, cardiovascular diseases.
What a bummer.
Dr. Kevin Most, chief medical officer at Northwestern Central DuPage Hospital, agrees. I would certainly rank alcohol number one as the worst for you. But again, in moderation, it is fine. And that's the way you should drink in moderation.
Well,
and there are also another doctor, the third doctor points out the health benefits of alcohol. Now, there are, health benefits when it comes to, drinking red wine, for instance, containing antioxidants and the, resveratrol.
Resveratrol, yes.
You know?
Yes. Buster, did you want to say resveratrol? Because you look very sad that we said it at the same time.
Besides red wine, though, what are the health benefits of whiskey?
I can Google them and tell you right now, because right now I'm on tequila health benefits, and there are definitely health benefits from drinking tequila, including it's good for digestion.
Oh, it's good for digestion.
Listen.
Yes. If digestion is the biggest plus to drinking
How
hard
about
liquor.
do what you want. You only live once, man.
That's
YOLO.
right.
No,
YOLO.
Listen,
YOLO, man.
Anything in moderation. If you've got a drink of whiskey, come on. If you've got a shot of whiskey, you
Every
make
night?
you make yourself an old. Even if you have a drink a night, just sipping on a pour, ounce and a half or whatever. That's
what all the old people who live past 100, they say, you have to have a whiskey a night.
And you know what? That happens all the time. It's like, some guy's 112 years old and the TV cameras are in their face in the gym. What's your secret to long life? Oh, it's my glass of whiskey every day.
Yeah, because listen, whiskey has high levels of polyphenols, which are antioxidants that lower your risk of heart disease in moderation.
Everybody's different. Ric Flair's been a drunk for 60 years, and look at him. He's in tip-top shape.
Dude, I just dumped that.
You can't make that accusation about Rick
He
Flair.
says it. What are you talking
Dude,
about?
I just dumped that. That sounded slanderous to me.
What did it?
Wait, does he live here now?
I think he might.
Dude, I just saw a whole interview with him where he says, he's back on the wagon after his health scare.
All right, so you're saying
after 30 days of rehab, he walked across the street to a bar and turned his chip in.
All right, so I shouldn't have dumped that?
No, you weenie.
Well, it lived on the stream and on MJTV.
No,
I thought you made a slanderous statement.
No,
you're telling me.
Yeah.
Hold on. What do you see?
I say wrestling legend Ric Flair opens up about alcoholism.
Yeah.
But did he say that he was a drunk? I mean, that's what
when you say that
Froggy
you were-
called him a
He's
drunk.
a well-known drinker. Let's say
He
that.
says binge drinking. It was just a way of life.
He's been binge drinking for like 50 years and he's fine. So
all right.
everybody's different,
All
I think.
right.
Might not be fine.
Anyway,
Well, I mean, he's...
so doctors, all three doctors agreed on which ranked least harmful to the average person's health. I would put marijuana third, least harmful, mainly because we know that there's a lot of medicinal uses for marijuana, and used in the right format in the controlled environment is fine. So interesting.
If you stay away from all of them, you're going to be bored to death.
Alcohol versus cannabis versus tobacco.
Where's crack?
Yeah, crack and fentanyl. Well, we did that joke before you got here, but you're out in the hall selling freaking shelves or something.
Did you find any takers in the hallway? Anybody want to buy some shelves in the hallway?
Yeah, my
Everybody.
God.
Everybody wants the Froggy fixtures.
Speaking of alcohol, there is a new survey out. Gallup, more Americans are drinking more hard liquor. More Americans than ever are drinking, listen, and in moderation.
I quit hard.
If you want to sip on, like for me, I drink two things. I do not drink beer. I am not a beer drinker. I don't like beer.
Too filling.
Well, it tastes like windshield washer fluid to me. I just don't like the taste of it.
You want to pour a good glass of windshield wiper fluid? Call me.
I want some whiskey, some rye, some bourbon.
Have you ever had a whiskey and Rain-X? So good.
It goes right down. Straight down. There's no streaking.
Yeah. New surveys out, just released yesterday. According to Gallup, more Americans than ever are hitting the hard stuff, drinking booze. Bourbon and vodka sales are going through the roof. So looking at, next to beer and wine, there are more Americans that are moving to some of the harder beverages. The number of drinkers preferring hard liquor, 31%, is the highest figure ever recorded in the Gallup tracking of booze preferences of U.S. adults since they started asking the question back in 1993. Last number they had was 29%. Beer still remains the most popular alcoholic beverage, with 37% of drinkers saying they consume beer most often. But hard liquor is closing the gap now at 31%. So I'm a W and W. I'm a wine and whiskey, and I'm primarily a red wine. I do understand, and I do enjoy some of the subtleties and intricacies of white wine. I will enjoy. See, white wine for me, white wine tastes more like white grape juice to me. But
I love that. I've gone strictly white wine.
Are you serious?
Yes, I've given up whiskey, liquor. Just get the.
Hold
wine.
on, you've given up your Jameson Irish whiskey? Really?
It's lost its effect. I drink so much of it. I've almost become numb to it.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I am a WT person.
So I'm wine and whiskey. You're WT. That's wine and tequila.
Red wine and tequila.
Oh, yeah, see, I don't like the taste of tequila for the most part. I'm not a huge tequila drinker.
You've got to have good tequila.
Yeah. Well, I'm a whiskey guy. Okay. So when it comes to the hard stuff, I like whiskeys.
You're a WW. You're a WT. I am an M&M guy.
What is that?
What? Peanut?
Literally.
No, peanut butter. It's a chocolate morsel.
Gotcha. You saw that the Tampa downtown free streetcar, they might have to start charging for that.
Oh.
I guess the grant money's running out.
You talking about the trolley?
Yeah, we might have to start paying for the trolley streetcar deal in downtown Tampa.
Oh, I took my last ride on it last week then.
Yeah, Hart. Hillsborough Area Regional Transit.
Dude, if they would just change it to Florida area.
That's what I was thinking. Fart. You call it Fart. Florida Area Regional Transit.
That's a state initiative.
Yeah. I'm going to jump on the fart, honey. So Hart is saying that they're running out of money as far as the free service goes.
Have you ever ridden the trolley?
I have.
Super cool.
A couple of times.
So
yeah.
How is it really cool?
It really is.
The trolley ridership has been huge.
Yeah. It's always busy.
For instance, in July, 47 million people rode the trolley.
Like I said, always
no,
busy.
I'm kidding. But the numbers are pretty good. I don't have the numbers, but they are pretty good. But you might have to start paying for this stuff. And then finally, before we get out of here today, the Maui situation is just so sad. Oprah Winfrey was at shelters trying to help people out, but she tried to drag a TV crew along.
Oh, come on, Oprah.
Yeah, and there was a policy about no TV crews in the shelter, but it's kind of weird because there was a BBC team from the British Broadcasting Corporation. They were there earlier with Oprah. Then the CBS cameras were not allowed in, so that was a question. Why were the BBC cameras with Oprah, but they wouldn't allow CBS? Is Oprah trying to get a little bit of publicity out of this? I would think that if you really want to do some good, you just help and you don't worry about the TV cameras.
No,
unless you want to make the argument that you're trying to publicize the issue and how much help the people of Maui County and Hawaii need.
I don't think Oprah's like a YouTube influencer, okay? She's trying to get a message out. She's a bigger brand.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so sad. You look at it looks like Hiroshima. I mean, you look at downtown Lahaina, on the west coast of Maui, which I've been to several times. You know, we see the aerial video, and right along the water there, it's called Front Street. And one of my favorite shave ice places called Ululani was right inside, just a couple of blocks, 200 feet off the water, off of Front Street. It's gone. I mean, 2 of their locations were destroyed. That's nothing compared to the loss of life. You've got like 100 people dead now. They think it could go hundreds more. You know, everything that could go wrong in Maui went wrong. You know, starting as a brush fire, there were evacuation orders, but fire officials then said it was contained 100%, but it was not. Then the winds from the nearby hurricane fanned the flames. They're wondering if power lines might have caused it originally. Then they're talking about invasive plant life that added fuel. There were no sirens. The warning sirens, the tsunami sirens did not go off. Water ran out while they're trying to fight the fire. The cell phone service went out as well. I mean, every possible thing that could go wrong went wrong. I mean, just such a sad, sad story, but people trapped in homes. The fire came on so quickly, people couldn't even escape. People were stuck in cars and burned while trying to flee in a vehicle. I mean, my heart goes out to the people of Maui County on the island of Maui, Hawaii, because it's just, it's paradise, it's gorgeous, and it looks like scorched earth, like an atomic bomb went off. All right, folks, have yourself a fantastic day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests.
Hey, shut this
Powered
off!
by Anna Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-FREE.
I guess the show's over, folks. Have a great day.
A lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything when you feel like your head is completely clogged. All you want to do is just lay down and sleep.